going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, y'all. Oh, oh no, the candy ass is already mad. Come on in the room. How y'all doing? I could not go live yesterday because StreamYard was acting like a jackass. I could not get into any of my streams, none of them. So, you guys, if you saw the community post, that was an actual screenshot of this stupid ass software that I paid. It was like $49, $50 a month for. And I couldn't even stream from it. Go figure. Oh, Lord. StreamYard can kiss my ass. I was so mad, y'all. I wanted to do Scientology Sunday and at the very least do this marathon that we have today, but that's okay. We got it going. Oh my God, how are you all doing? Oh, did you all see the Facts Me show? Oh, I am so honored. Shout out to Facts Me for having me on his show and being so gracious as he is, as always. And I was about 10 minutes, 20 minutes late. I was 20 minutes late. Oh my God, y'all. But he had me on his show. I was so honored. I was so honored. And we had a good time. And of course, it was Mother's Day. We're here for it. I wanted to just play a little bit of it. As you all can see, we did a pre-recorded Zoom thing. And of course, we had to talk about all the stuff going on with the Candace. You dumb alien. Why are your cult members acting up over there on X? Y'all, we're gonna be on X today. Heavy. Cause what you call it caught it. What's his name? What's the boy name? He's so mad. He's over here throwing a whole tantrum over here because they told him, do not get rid of your information. Don't get rid of any text or anything. Don't get rid of it. Keep it. So he got mad. And I sent over the... Okay, yeah. I sent over an insert about spoilage of evidence. It's like, yeah, go ahead and delete. If you want to, you'll be legally liable. What's his name? Oh, shoot. What's this the dude's name? I mean, he's just cutting up over here. He's so mad. Oh, he was so mad. He was so mad. Dude said, hold on. That's crazy. Yo, we trying to get this body cam if we can. However, I was looking over here. I thought his name is not coming to my mind right now. It'll come to me. But he's spazzing out because Brian Harper told him, you need to save your posts and all that other stuff. Kind of gave him a warning. And the dude is like, oh, I'm deleting everything. Yeah, okay, go ahead and delete everything. And then you'll be hit with a filing on spoilage of evidence because that's a violation of law and court rule. And then they'll hold you legally liable. You can be sanctioned, fined. I mean, depending on what it is, hell, locked up and charged. So keep playing. This is what needs to happen. Erica Kirk and TPUSA needs to sue Candace and all her henchmen. Name all of them. Project Constitution, Wolves of Finance, name them all. Get them all. Ian Carroll, all of them. All them clowns over there that sit here and, repeat her talking points. John Mappin's dumbass. Like, get them all. Sue them all. That's what need to happen. So, John, he threw a whole hissy fit. Panties in a bunch. Stu, there you go, Colin. Thank you, honey. Stu Peters is his name. He's so pissed. Nobody give a damn. Stu Peters is called spoilage of evidence. You think you would just call an attorney and stop talking tough on X.com? That's not cute at all. No one cares about you throwing a tantrum like a man baby child and take your ass to court. I mean, if you feel like you've done, nothing wrong legally, you shouldn't be afraid to go to court and preserve all evidence, including post on TwitterX.com. Save it. These same candy asses love to sit here and talk shit. And then when people say, okay, you enter my chat at your own peril, then all of a sudden, well, I'm deleting everything. Who are you to tell me to save stuff? It's not Brian Harper telling you to do anything. It's the law that's telling you to do it. Federal laws at that. These are the same morons that don't read to save their lives. Reading is not fundamental for them. And yet they get pissy when you name them in a lawsuit or you issue them a cease and desist letter. But they don't consult with attorneys and actually read laws. You think that Thunkhead, the Baron Coleman, you think he's telling the candy asses, listen, these laws are real. Whether you like them or not, everybody is bound by these laws. Spoilage of evidence is a real federal law. So if you get a letter or anything from an attorney saying that you need to preserve this evidence, preserve it. And then go to court. If you haven't done anything wrong, then you shouldn't be afraid, right? None of this should scare you. And Stu Peters can afford an attorney. Kick rocks, Stu Peters. You don't get on somewhere, kick rocks. Oh, he's throwing a whole tantrum over there. He's so mad. Like we give a damn. How the candy asses act like we care. We don't. We don't care how you all feel. You'll be fine. And if not, we don't care. Shout out to all my buyers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I see you, Juju. I see you all up in here, Francisca. How you doing, Colleen? Thank you so much for reminding me. Oh man, shout out to No Reply. Last live we were able to get in. We were able to present his awesome research on the Purge store and the Herman Brothers connections to Candy Ass and this federal lawsuit with the meme coin, and then these weird ass pills they selling that are not approved by the FDA at all. I mean, we got in so much good information. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you guys check it out and hype the videos. Hype up those videos. That information does become useful. And I'm always proud to say that I brought it up. Oh, man. Come on now. You got to know, it was genius for me to go over all of Candy Ass's lawsuits. Candace, I went over all your lawsuits for a reason, y'all. That's for a reason. Oh, man. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Just trying to get some of you all's comments in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. New viewer from Fax Me. Shout out to you, Jim Williams. How you doing, honey? What's going on, Jacqueline? I tried so hard to use the word hate when I refer to her, but it's very difficult after all she's done and still doing. Yeah, Candace, you dumb alien. I don't hate you. I never said I hated you. I want justice. Because you've been stirring up a whole lot of nonsense and buffoonery. And nobody deserves that. Erica Kirk, her kids, TPUS, they don't deserve all this nonsense, bitch, pure. You're just going out here, just going after everybody and their mama. Girl, when you see people doing stuff like that, that's called erratic behavior. She's just all over the place. Candace doesn't have a rhyme or reason to anything she's doing. She's just doing stupid stuff. 1 minute she doesn't care about the investigation in the state of Utah, and she said it in a whole episode. Now, all of a sudden, she's posting up how they're going to have cameras in the courtroom. Well, that's what Erica Kirk wanted from day one. She stated, they murdered my husband on national television in front of the world to see. They question me and interrogate me and all of that in front of cameras for the world to see. Why can't the cameras be in the courtroom when they have this murder trial on the man that took my husband's life for the world to see? Erica Kirk been saying this since last year. Hit the four if y'all remember Erica Kirk saying this. She's been advocating for cameras to be in that courtroom. She always wanted these hearings to be recorded. And yet Candace makes it seem as if it's something that she came up with. No, helpful, you didn't. I'm not giving you credit on that, Candace. I will not, you dumb alien. Erica Kirk has been advocating for cameras to be in that courtroom from day one. And she said it flat out. They murdered my husband on national television. Why this murder trial can't be nationally televised? And it makes sense. Of course, there are procedures the courts have to go through to make sure that that is granted and approved and that it does not disenfranchise either party. Why you say that, Lady Luck? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we don't want the defense to be able to have a chance of getting an appeal. Tyler Robinson filing an appeal should be laughable in the court of law. It should be laughable and unthinkable. Because if you do everything the right way from the beginning, it would make it extraordinarily difficult for him to want an appeal and actually win an appeal. That's the last thing you want, is for the defendant to win an appeal and have the entire verdict to be overturned or have it dismissed, and you got to start all over again because of some technicality or oversight or something, because too much public pressure from people who did not go to law school created a whole bunch of mess that snowballed into a real problem, giving the defendant any type of leverage. You don't want that. So let's do it right from day one and make sure things are done according to the law, according to court rules and procedural guidelines as it should be done. Do it the right way. We don't have to repeat this nonsense 3 or 4 years down the line because something happened and now this boy's eviction has been overturned and we got to start all over again. Does that make sense? Hit the phone. Hit the phone. So that's where we are now, people. That's where we are. What's going on, Sifa? I see you up in here, honey. I see you up in here. What's going on, Saint? Shout out to my boss, y'all. What's going on, Seaberg? Is it Seabergy? How you doing? Oh, no reply. How you doing? Susie Q. What's going on, Angie? I see you up in here. Shout out to all of you all. I'm trying not to miss anybody. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for the support. Maria is a new member. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for your support and for becoming a new member. Candace should be concentrating on her many lawsuits. I know, right? Yes, there is more yet to come. Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. Let's take a peek at Fax Me. I'm just going to pick a place on here. This whole thing was so exciting. I had a lot of fun. It was early. It was the first time in a minute where I've been live this early. But we had a great time. And of course, it was Mother's Day. So, you know, it so much to talk about. But I'm glad we were able to kind of, y'all know I could care less about crackhead Mickey Mouse Tucker Carlson. And Megyn Kelly is a joke. She's riding the coattails of Candace. Go figure. Megyn Kelly riding the coattails of a cult leader. And she went to law school. God. Megyn Kelly, you are so pathetic. It's not even funny. You understand? It's sad. Megyn Kelly is just sad and pathetic. She should be sitting somewhere rocking in a rocking chair, holding a grandchild, drinking lemonade. Like, what the hell? Oh, her desire to be relevant is, oh, girl, kick rocks.
A great point, and I'll piggyback off of that.
Let me say this.
Context. They're just saying whatever she's saying.
I'm gonna go back a little bit, y'all. We're just gonna play
anything else,
and then we'll get started on our marathon.
Whether you have supported Charlie Kirk or TPUSA is irrelevant to him being a father to those babies. And when Erica Kirk says that her daughter still asks, where's daddy, or if he's coming home, or, just because she misses her father. It's heartbreaking, and
It
that's
is.
the sentiment. They don't care.
Hit the
The
floor if you
cult
can hear
members
us.
have a hive mentality, and they take what their cult leader say and just copy paste it. It's a hive mentality. They don't read anything else. They don't step outside of what is being funneled down from the cult leader. That's it. And so what you see is this same theme, same pattern of behavior, same thought process, same dumb
Mm-hmm.
questions, same dumb copy paste
Me too,
comments
Ashes.
all over social media. That's not, I don't engage with that. I don't waste intellect on it. And it's the same thing I told Jay Witt. I let them come in and say and do whatever they want. They enter my chat at their own peril. I let them say and do whatever. And so if I just decide to kind of, indulge them for 5 minutes with a little banter, I know I'm going to destroy them and just can do it and just be as calm as they. But I said, what you start to see is they say the same thing. It doesn't matter what topic you're talking about. They say the same old thing and then somehow talk about, well, TPUSA lied and Erica Kirk lied. And then my question is always define the word lie, because I
Mhm.
don't think we can't have a conversation with cult members that won't define terms that they're continuously using, knowing we know that they're using these words out of context. They're just saying whatever she's saying. But to try to go back and forth with them on, well, here's an example of this. No, no, no. Keep it simple. Define the word lie. You're saying we're hating on her? Define the word hate.
something
Because your
something I've had to do at least twice in the LLC. Hit the four. Hit the four, if you recall, us having to define the word hate and hatred and hating in the LLC. Because the candy ass is coming here and all they can say is you're hating on her because she has more views, she has more subs, she gets more likes, she has more money, she's rich and wealthy, she's married, she's got kids. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? I don't care about any of that. Candace, it's not our fault that you married George Farmer because he's gay. We don't care about that. You chose to do that. You would think you would reprogram your dumb bots. Like y'all see Ashes here say. You think you will reprogram them to say anything else? No, they just kind of rinse and repeat at this point. They have nothing else to say. All they can do is repeat her talking points. So if you notice on X, the moment she posts up what she talks about on her show, the next thing you know, you got Project Constitution and the crazy cat lady and all the weirdos that sit here and kiss her ass like she pays their bills. Go and they put up these alerts and say, oh, breaking news. Candace said this, like she's confirming things. No, she's just running her mouth. What she cannot do is prove anything to be factually true because she lacks evidence and the reading comprehension to do it. And yet you start seeing these posts pop up out of nowhere. Then you see these accounts that are like Candace's something account. It'll say it. And I'm like, what the heck is that? It's like a secondary, supporter account or something where they still push out these narratives that she has. And I can't believe, I'm like, man, X is falling off. They sit here and allow these accounts to be created where it clearly says this is Candace's, something supporter account or something to that extent. It's like, why? Why do these accounts exist? They're out here pushing her narrative. Of course, Candace has bots. You think she's going to admit that? She has bots. And when the bots are misspelling her name and simply copying and pasting the same comment over and over and over and over again, that's not a human person coming up with dialogue. This is programming codes at work. Bots that are just set up and designed to send out these comments and to hit these videos. They're clicking on your video and going to your comment section. But they're more so for her premiered videos on her channel when she's premiering a video. Because, for some reason, the bots think she's live and she's not. Her videos are pre recorded, pre scripted, and then she premieres them as if she's live. She's not live. It's premiere. And then they come to our videos and our live chats asking, is this live? What do you mean? I'm live. I don't have to turn my camera on. I owe you nothing. But, you clearly see me when I do come on camera. It's like, yeah, like I've never came on camera. It's so stupid. But these are the bots. And you see that pattern of behavior. I've been using YouTube long enough to know with 2 channels. I know bots when I see them. And I know bots comments coming in the chat. You can recognize it. And then they'll switch accounts real quick. The moment you block them out, because they're not smart enough to know not to spam the live stream chat. And sometimes they do it intentionally because YouTube will take down your live streams or your videos if your comments in your live stream chats are being spammed. They'll think it's all spam. So when you block them out, then they come in under a new profile immediately saying the same thing. Or they just get to racially, insulting and calling you the N-word if you're black. I mean, that's happened to me. Only one has made an actual threat on my life. And I wailed on his ass. I don't care if it was a bot or a real person. Don't come for me with that bullshit. I do not care about Candace's feelings at all. For anyone to think they're going to come at me and try to threaten my life and think they're going to get away with it. That's not how that works. You better have several seats. We're not doing that. But she has bots, tons of them. So that's why we don't engage with them. We don't go back and forth with them. I don't argue with bots. For what? I don't give them like, oh, we'll let the candy ass supporters come in and question. No, I don't even know if they're real people or bots up in here. And even for the ones that do allow them to come up and have dialogue, like I've seen a couple with Jay Witt, right? And the last lady he had, oh my gosh, she gave me such a headache. I was sitting here like, why is she having a difficult time saying the word evil or demon? I mean, what are we doing? But you can say hate and hatred. What's the difference? They're all synonymous with each other. So you don't want someone to call her evil or demonic, but you can accuse people of hating or having hatred for her. What are we talking about here? But not one time have I ever said I hate her. I don't have to hate her, but I am going to keep my foot on her neck because that's what happens when you sit here and attack widows and people who aren't doing anything to you. Erica Kirk has never physically said or done anything to Candace that was rude or disrespectful or disgusting or derogatory or defamatory at all. You see Erica Kirk running around here talking about, here's an 8-part series about Candace and her mama and both her sisters and whatever boy she claims she lived with for 6 months at 14 years old. You see Erica Kirk out here doing tick for tack, the same thing that Candace is doing to her. Have you ever heard Erica Kirk say, I have sources and direct contacts that live in Candace's neighborhood, and they tell me everything that she does. They tell me when she goes outside, plays with the cows and the horses on Hidden Valley Ranch. They report to me everything that's going on. I have eyes and ears everywhere you go, girl. Have you ever heard Erica Kirk say that about Candace? Hell no. You know why? Because Erica Kirk is living her life, and Candace is insignificant. In the grand scheme of Erica Kirk's life, Candace is insignificant. She's like an ant. It's like, as long as you're out in the yard in the dirt somewhere, I could care less that you even exist. Are you kidding? But look at all that Candace has said and done trying to get Erica Kirk's attention. That's all she's doing. She's like a child trying to get her mama's attention or something. Girl, if you don't kick rocks, Erica Kirk is not your mother. Yeah, maybe that's what Candace needs, a good, strong mother figure. Because, oh my God, she's so needy. Candace, who's Samantha? You gonna tell us who that one is? So shout out to you, Ash Roses. I think Candace Owens is using bots to boost her viewership. There are only 3,000 of us in the pre-video. The show starts, and somehow there's 35,000 people in there immediately. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And it's I've been telling people this. This is why I don't. If I go back and forth and give some banter to a candy ass in the chat, I'm more than likely I'm probably dealing with a bot. So you got to handle them like they're stupid. Just go from there. tell people like say what you want. The bots are dumb. They can't even spell her first name correctly. What are we talking about? Hey, Candace. That's how we got this. Because her bots can't spell her name. Carol, Candace, Cadence, Condoleezze, Karen. Please know I don't care how you feel at all, or your cult members, or your bots. I don't care how they feel at all, not even a little bit. Oh, Jesus loves the trolls as well. Y'all, let's get back to this.
Definition of these simple terms are going to be different from mine.
Easy.
And if you can't define the word to where we both agree what the dictionary says, we're not having this conversation. I refuse to go back and forth with a cult member. If you're going to just keep parroting her talking points, you can do that without trying to get my attention. I'm not engaging in that nonsense. But if you want to actually have a discussion, you're going to have to show me that you understand the definition of these words based on the dictionary, not based on what your cult leader has been pushing into your brain for the last 7 to 8 months. I'm not here to debate her. I'm here to debate the topic that, or the answer the question you're bringing to me, not to debate whatever the high mentality is coming from Candace Owens.
That is a great point, and I'll piggyback off of that because it's like, for instance, I could put out a video, which I mean I put out thousands of them that will show her saying one thing, and you know Milk Bar TV does this all the time. He does fantastic.
Oh, we love Milk Bar.
Excuse me. Then the second video is what she's saying now.
Right.
So just to keep it simple, this example simple. In this video, she said the color is red. In this video, she says the color is blue. Right. So you blatantly see that she lied. Right. Well, then her cronies will come in there and it'll be like, I don't get the point of this video. I saw nothing. Or this doesn't prove anything. She just said two different colors, right? And my favorite one is not even addressing what was said, but then just going straight to the name calling. LLC apparently, I recently graduated to racist. So I apologize. No. You know, I am now being called racist because I'm attacking Candace Owens.
Oh, I get called racist too. Can you believe it?
I mean,
it's a black on black crime.
Look, does racism exist? Absolutely, it does. Does hate exist? Does prejudice exist? Yes. And guess what?
My God.
Guess what? Every single one of us deal with it to some degry. You know, I tell the story. When I was in high school, I was a
Steven is. I just love him. He's so adorable. I think it's the accent as well. I forgot to ask him where he's from. He's got the southern twang to him. I love it. But that's it. I get this a lot. And I see, like, with my Luxters and the mods and supporters here in the chat, where the candy asses will come in, and then the first thing they'll say something about or try to pinch toward is race and ethnicity. And then they'll ask me, aren't you black? Yeah, proud to be that. Candace is still an idiot and an alien. And your point? Oh, my position doesn't change on her being wrong for what she's doing. But then you turn around and ask them, aren't you a Christian? So you're not reading any scripture in the Bible about attacking and failing to defend a widow. And all of this because Candace opened her mouth and said words. At best, 3-syllable words. Not always coherently or accurately. She has an issue with pronouncing terms correctly. What does that have to do with her being black and me being black? I'm glad you acknowledge that we're both black. And, you know, the only thing you can say to that is, oh, look at the candy asses know what the color brown looks like. I mean, what are you talking about? It doesn't stop me from keeping my foot on her neck. Candace, I know you're listening, you dumbass. I'm going to keep my foot on your neck. You could just leave Erica Kirk alone and stop allowing her to live rent-free in your head 24/7. But because you can't help yourself when it comes to you being obsessed because you have mommy issues and you don't have a strong maternal figure in your life, and for some reason you want to cling to another woman like this, like you've lost your mind. Perhaps she wants Erica Kirk to be a girlfriend. Who knows? Whatever. Samantha probably feel bad about that. But at the end of the day, Candace, Erica Kirk wants nothing to do with you. She barely says your name. I think I could count on two hands how many times Erica Kirk has actually said Candace Owens' names. And I don't even know if it's past 5 times that I've been able to count the number of times Erica Kirk has actually said Candace Owens' name in the last 8 months. Maybe a good 5 times. Maybe a good 5 times. Erica Kirk has now stunned her. So why won't Candace Owens go read a book and talk about anything else and leave her alone? It's like she has to say her name. She wakes up holding herself, rocking back and forth, saying Erica Kirk's name 7 times every morning. Like she's addicted. Candace refuses to let me just sit here and focus on anything else going on in the United States of America. I'm going to keep soundbiting her name because it's the only way I'm getting all this attention. Because Candace Owens has mommy issues. Erica Kirk is not your mother, Candace. She's not your sister. She's not your girlfriend. She's a nothing to you. And yet, the only way you can get views is to say her name. You understand how small you should feel, Candace? You have to say Erica Kirk's name to get attention. Think about it. If Candace talks about anything else, her own cult members aren't stunning her. Because, see, they want her to attack Erica Kirk so bad. And she wants to also aid in that. But if she tries to talk about anything else, she actually shows us the low level of intelligence that she possesses. Candace doesn't read anything. If she's sitting here reading books where a man fantasizes with being with his mother, we have a problem here. To her, that's a bestseller. Focus on a person that fantasizes with being with his own mother. Like, it's disgusting. But that goes to show her mental state. Candace Owens gets views by soundbiting Erica Kirk's name. She's getting more views on soundbiting Erica Kirk than Brigitte Macron. Go figure. The first lady of another country doesn't even generate the views that Erica Kirk generates for her. Candace, you should be thanking Erica Kirk for existing so that you can safely say her name and have people pay attention to you. You second-rate hussy. Can't make this up. Oh, I feel so good saying this. Candace, you're a loser because you have to soundbite Erica Kirk to get views. And if you want to challenge me on that, heifer, talk about anything else to see how that goes. We'll wait.
Metalhead. You know, I was the guy wearing the Metallica shirts, the long hair, the torn jeans. You can cool best believe whatever store I walked into, all eyes were on me because I was about to rob them. Right? Because you know what I'm saying? Because I was the stereotypical looking drug addict metalhead guy. We all deal with it. But look, it's not a free pass. Just because Candace is black doesn't mean she's right all the time. Just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm right all the time. You know, if you say to me, Stephen, I think you were wrong about that. And then one of my factivists said, oh, LLC, she racist. She don't like white people. You see what she said to him? That's not, you can disagree with people without it being that.
Exactly.
You know, but I just wanted to let you know I'm a racist now. So before you hear it from anyone else, We made the announcements here today with Lady Luck as the guest.
We're just putting it out there in advance.
We'll have the T-shirts ready by Wednesday. Be sure you guys buy the merch.
I get called racist and being accused of black on black crime. And it's like, oh, well, you should support her because she's a black woman and you're a black woman. Care what she is.
Right.
Neither does God. Like, that's how I put it. Do you think God cares about our race? He knows who we are. He created us. That is irrelevant. That black skin will not get us into heaven either.
No, a liar doesn't have a color.
Exactly.
A good person doesn't have a color. A bad person doesn't have a color. I don't even want to get into all that, but it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous because I don't think they care. I don't think they don't want Candace to leave. That's their entertainment, and that's fine, but just leave it at Candace.
Exactly.
Don't take this narrative because that's what she does. You know, I came to the conclusion this morning when I was patiently waiting for your late butt.
Yeah. He got me. He got me. I was so late. Oh, Steven, Mama loves you. I was so late, y'all. I'm so sorry. I had to make sure my kids were situated, okay? It was like, I'm not used to getting up that early on a Sunday, okay? But I just wanted to play a bit of that. Make sure you guys go check out Fax Me. When I say we had a good time, we had a really, really good time. And I told him, listen, anytime he wants to come over to the LLC and hang out with us, he is more than welcome. So let me put the link to the video in the chat. Make sure you guys go check out Fax Me, honey. It was a ton of fun. I think he's had our brother Jay Witt over there a couple times. It was an honor. It was an honor. We've been with Edie Marie and, of course, with Fax Me. Still waiting to get back with Ami. And then, oh, man. I know. I know Gary, Pyramid Tactic. He's so done with me. Oh, Mama loves you, Gary. It's all right. he is so done with me. But hopefully we'll, get in a collab with Ami. I would love, love, love that. Y'all know I've been reaching out to him on Instagram. So still waiting to hear back from him and see what he says and go from there. I haven't heard back. I emailed him. Haven't heard back yet. So nothing since beginning of May 2nd. Last time I heard from him on Instagram. So you guys make sure if you catch Ami, let him know. Lady Luck will be emailing and reaching out to you to do a collab. Catch up with her. I told you all, great things are in store this year for the Lady Luck Club, and I'm taking you all with me. And I appreciate you all support. We gotta get over here. Oh my God. You guys have been tagging me in on everything over here. Let's come to x.com. Fun stuff over here. Oh, that Stu Peters is so mad. Y'all, he's so mad. He keeps throwing a tantrum on everybody. Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad, y'all. Oh, man. Let's see. And if you all follow me on X, I will follow you right back. I sure do. So I'm going to go through all of that and make sure I follow you all. All those that follow me. We're still trying to get the camera footage, and I don't know what's going on in the state of Tennessee. It's so crazy. Child. Okay, so law figured out a way to be able to change information on Wikipedia. I mean, it's open source. Y'all, this is how Candace keeps changing George's date of birth. Why does he have 4 different birthdays? And George, I just want you to know, if you've lied to the Department of Driver Services or DMV for any reason about your date of birth, when you should have a birth certificate to support your date of birth, you could be penalized for lying to get your driver's license. You cannot lie about your date of birth. He should have been forced to have to present evidence to show his date of birth, like his birth certificate. George, you can be charged for lying to a government agency to try to get state ID under false pretenses. You can't make this up. Let me look that up. Because why is it that he can't, just one thing? Candace can't be honest about one thing. When is George's birthday? You think it would be very easy? He's a public figure. And it's already out there to the public. It's not information that is private. I don't even care about the date, month and year. And go from there. Just tell us the month and year. He could be, y'all, George could be like 25 years old. We never know. This is what happens when you keep lying like hell, Candace. You can't make this up. I'm just asking this in Tennessee. Let's see here. And what I want to do is get in a couple of videos you all tag me in. Y'all, we got a whole evening. If you guys got the evening, we got at least a few hours. Let me know. What are the penalties for falsifying a driver's license? Because that's what you're doing, George, when you're lying about your date of birth. It's a federal crime. George. Candace, go get George. Tell him to listen to the video right quick. Go sit your ass down and give the phone to George. George Farmer. If you lie about any of that information on your driver's license, you understand that is a federal crime. You could get federal charges, state criminal penalties, and consequences that follow you long after the case is closed. Because, see, no one will trust you in what you say. If you can't even tell the truth about your date of birth or your driver's license to where people are confused as to whether the date of birth on your driver's license is inaccurate, do you think a government agency would trust you to give them any accurate information moving forward, especially if it might affect your ability to be a citizen of this country? Producing or transferring a fake driver's license is a federal crime that carries up to 15 years in prison under 18 USC statutes 1028, and state charges can stack on top of that. George, you want to keep lying about your date of birth? You want to keep lying about that date of birth, George? Because you already, listen, Candace is already panicking because Laura Loomer is on her neck about how you got citizenship here. Lying about your date of birth for your driver's license that should be revoked, considering the fact that you're driving drunk and getting DUIs. You should have your license revoked right now for a good while. Like, they need to just take your license from you and tell you go sit down somewhere, have several seats for the next 3 to 5 years. Because you could have severely harmed, if not unalived, someone behind the wheel of a car when you got hit with that DUI. And you tried to flee the scene of the accident. So he just left, the car just sat out there by itself, all on its lonesome, dying slowly. You can't make this up. Like your Hot Wheels, just out there, just, why me? Losing windshield washer fluid. Like, are you kidding? Imagine if he had hit another vehicle with people in it, with children in it. You think they would care? No, they wouldn't. So why would you gamble with lying about your date of birth, knowing that the date of birth that you would see on the police report would come from the driver's license? And if that's not consistent with anything, no way to vet or verify that. None of us, I haven't seen a birth certificate. And he wasn't born here in the States. So you can imagine how much lying he could get away with doing before they really hone in on him. Why would you want to do that, knowing that it could lead to 15 years in prison? Under federal statute codes, not state. That's just federal charges. 15 years, federal charge, plus state charges. And the state charges will stack on top of it. You can't make this up. Candace, you and George are both dumb. You're very dumb. They don't even ask their attorneys simple questions, like what's evidence or subpoena power. Good grief. So that's what you're looking at, George. 15 years, you might want to start telling the truth on some things. Oh, y'all, let's get to it. Y'all tagging me in a few things. Oh, Lord. So y'all know Candace has been out here talking about Mikey McCoy again. Why he won't leave that kid alone. Just leave the people at TPUSA alone, Candace. They not stunning you. Girl, you worked there 19 months. Why do you feel like you have a permanent green card at TPUSA? You can't make this up. Lord have mercy. Oh, man, let's get comments. Hey, S5, how you doing, honey? Star isn't British. I forgot what it was. It's European. Jennifer, what's going on? I don't know the origins of the name. Who? The Bullingdon Club is creepy. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All they do is go around, get drunk, and smash restaurants. That's what they do, for the most part. Can't make this up. George Farmer should have been deported. But money talks. You know what's so crazy? That's the same thing Laura Loomer said. Why is he here? We would get rid of anybody else doing this. He should be getting a pass. That DUI should have sent his ass back over to the UK. Sorry, Francisca. We know you don't want him. We don't want him either. Candace, if he gets deported, you're going with him. You understand? All the havoc you've wreaked in the United States of America, get out. Go with your husband. As lavender as that marriage might be, whatever. You chose that. Take some method with you. So we're going to check this out while she keeps trying to lie on everybody about things. Like, girl, give it a rest.
Received him. He couldn't get his lie straight.
Hold on. And once again, she wants to accuse everybody of lying. So everybody on earth is a liar except Candace, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. Y'all ready? Hit the phone where you can hear. Hey, Adam. Hey, Mira. I see you up in there. Let's get to it.
He couldn't get his lie straight. There's also been a lot said about Mikey McCoy, and I want to address that as well.
Oh, girl.
There have been people saying Mikey McCoy in all of this was the good guy for getting that message out to me, that one message out to me to look into Andrew Colbert. Now, here is what I will say about Mikey McCoy. I always knew and did not share.
First of all, did he actually send her that message? Or did she make it up? Candace, you have the ability to lie about text messages. This girl will create fake text. Because, it's always missing date and timestamps and contact information. Candace, you do know we don't trust any of your text messages. We don't trust that crap. Why do you keep trying? We're not your coat. Anyone believe that? Because I think she made it up too, Cece. Adam. C5, how you doing, honey? Notice she never said that if her husband will get deported, she will go along. Her only outcome is that her family will break up. I know. Candace, no, you will not break up because you're not going to deal with 4 kids by yourself. You're too busy being on X.com and writing books about making sandwiches that you would never make and trying to pre-recorded, pre-script dumbass shows where you're being sued now over it. We bless God for that. No. You're going to go with him. Till death do you part. Bye. Get your behind out of our country and go with your husband, girl. Bye. He your husband when it comes out to him telling you no, you can't go to Arizona to face TPUSA face to face on national television. But when it comes to his deportation back to UK, oh no, I just don't want my family to break up. But I'm not going. Yeah, you are. Girl, bye. Bye, Felicia. We will make sure you go. We will all, when I say the media will ensure that, girl, I don't care what it takes. If we have to line up along the highway in Tennessee to ensure that you're behind gets to that airport and you are deported right the hell up out of here next to George Farmer, we will. You understand? Girl, we get a petition going and everything. Listen, don't underestimate the power of the media. No, you're going with him. You and his mom gonna have to duke it out. Candace doesn't want to face George Farmer's mom because she gonna whoop your ass if you can't tell her what happened to George's black eye. Oh, she going in on you, Candace. If you cannot go and tell her how did her son get that black eye, just like you would expect if somebody, if you saw your son in the airport with his wife, Candace. Because I'm starting to think you don't really care about your kids like that. I don't know why. It's like, do you even really deal with them like that? If you saw one of your sons in the airport, and she's got 3 sons, right? And he's with his wife, she's taking a photo with an airport employee, and she's got a boot on her foot, and then you see your son with a black eye. And you're like, hold on. I know I'm not looking at this my son with a black eye. His wife's got a broken foot. They're not telling me anything. I would call them right then and there. My son would be photographed answering the phone. Oh, son, what happened to your eye? Why you got a black eye? And oh, it's so bruised up. Oh, it's bad. Oh, son, you look bad. Oh, that eye looks bad. Was it swollen? How long this black eye been sitting there on your face? Oh, that looks terrible. What the heck is going on? She got a broke foot. Your eye is blackened. Oh, it's blue-black. That's not something you can just put a frozen bag of peas over. No, you need to go to the hospital and make sure you don't have any broken facial bones. What are you two been doing, Candace? My son's wife will not be able to go another minute without explaining to me what happened to my son's eye and her broken foot. Do you understand? So don't get upset when George Farmer's mother meets you outside and is ready to whoop your ass upon first sight. Until you explain to her what happened to her son's eye. You got it coming. Maybe that's why she's scared to get deported, because she don't want to face George's mother. Girl, like you, she's a mother. She actually gave birth, and she probably loves her son dearly. And it doesn't matter how old our kids get. Shout out to all the mothers out there. We always see them as our babies, do we not? Hit the phone. They're our babies even when they're 35, 40 years old. We see our babies walking around with a black eye. We got problems. Are you kidding me? Candace, you're going to have to face his mother like a woman. And take that ass whooping. And you sit here talking about everybody else other than what you need to be talking about. How George got that black eye?
And intentionally pushed on Mikey McCoy because I sensed right away that something was weird about all the adjectives they kept giving him.
Girl.
The amazing Mikey McCoy, the stupendous Mikey McCoy. Mikey was amazing. Erica said that in her first speech. Mikey was so amazing, amazing. They couldn't say his name without an adjective. And what it sensed to me was that actually Mikey wasn't sure about what they had done. They were trying to constantly reassure him that it was okay. This is how I feel.
They who, Candace? You dumb alien. They who? Name names. Didn't you say you would name names? And drop evidence and post up flight data information on your website? What are we doing? How bad is this dumb lie going to get? Girl. Oh, y'all. I'm reminded why I don't watch her shows. She's insufferable.
This is my opinion. Allegedly.
Oh, no.
I feel that
Goodness.
Mikey.
What you just say? Go back, girl. Hold on.
Instantly reassure him that it was okay. This is how I feel. This is my opinion. Allegedly.
Candace, that's not how that works. Oh, no. Oh, my God. We got any attorneys in the chat? Anybody went to law school that can break down why saying allegedly does not cover you from legal liability? Candace, please don't make me look that up. I just got through looking up the penalty of George lying like hell about his date of birth on his driver's license. Please don't make me have to look up why allegedly does not cover you from defamation. Why can't you just do a Google search? Says everyone on earth. Oh, she's so scared. Candace, how are you scared to say your opinion without having to say allegedly twice? This is priceless. Hey, Caleb. Oh my God, y'all, she came out the gate on Mikey McCoy and then his wife talking about, oh, he was on the phone and blah, blah, blah. Girl, he has enough to sue you based on what you've already said 6 months ago, Candace. You've been dogging him out since day one. Well, now you want to say allegedly. That means nothing. That doesn't mean anything. That does not spare you from a defamation lawsuit. Oh, Brian Harple. We owe you a big shout out and a thanks because you're showing them all how it's done. He hit her with that federal lawsuit. Now she's scared to give her opinion without saying allegedly. Candace, the damage is done when it comes to Mikey McCoy, all of TPUSA, Erica Kirk, the kids, Charlie Kirk, his grave, all that stuff. The damage is done. You've been butchering these people for 7 to 8 months relentlessly. Saying allegedly does not clear you from defamation. It doesn't. What the hell is our attorneys doing? Oh, my dear Lord. Does anyone in here an attorney? Oh my God. If you're an attorney and you went to law school, please say so. So you can explain why saying allegedly doesn't. That doesn't work. After 8 months of defamatory jabs that she's been taking at Mikey McCoy and his wife, because I remember that. Because I was like, this kid is young. What is wrong with her? That was what, 25? Oh my God. Can somebody please explain legally why allegedly does not cover you? Oh, Candace, you got it coming. She's so scared.
I feel that
you clown.
Mikey wasn't sure. They lied when they said Mikey flew into action and
They lied. Who lied? Because you know that can be verified to be false. What's the lie, Candace? Candace, what's the lie? Because see, a fight or flight response can't be defined to what you feel it should be. No one cares. You go to court of law and say they lied. The first thing the jury is going to want to know is what exactly they lied about. And then you're going to say, well, he moved it to action. He didn't move it to action. But that's what you define that to be. Just because he didn't move to the speed of what you thought he should move to doesn't mean that he didn't move swiftly. And who says that he didn't do what he was supposed to do based on whatever emergency plan of action they have in place? Something you're not privy to. And even if you are aware of what may be in writing, they could have a whole discussion and agree verbally on something else to which you're not privy to either. You're trying to dictate how people should respond in a very stressful situation of someone being shot on national television. You don't get to dictate that boy's movements, and a judge and jury will not have a problem telling you that, heifer. Oh, dear Lord. Come on, you dumb alien.
No, that's not true. It's all not true. Nope. Mikey was an absolute mess at the hospital. Mikey did not suddenly see and call and direct things. I mean, we even know that.
Wasn't?
Justin Strife told me to my face he was the one that organized all the planes. So they had come up with this narrative that Mikey suddenly, under a rush of adrenaline, was like organizing everything, and he was just a soldier. That's not true. Mikey was a mess.
So what? It's called stressful situation. It's called fight or flight. Human response, a human to which you don't control. So you're still being defamatory. Keep going, girl. Mikey, I hope you're writing all this damn boy. I'll sue her.
According to my sources, Mikey was a mess at the hospital.
Who was your source? Who was your source? Because if they were anybody that worked at the hospital, that could be a violation of HIPAA privacy. You've already gotten emails and EMR screenshots. I mean, you want this to get worse? You've already disseminated medical information the public did not need to know. You were the only one questioning which hospital he went to. Any logical person would know you go to the hospital that's either the closest to the vicinity or one that can actually treat the type of injury that he had, like a level 1 trauma unit type of hospital. How do you know the other hospitals weren't on a diversion? See, when you don't understand how hospitals operate, you don't have a say-so in anything else. Like, this is the nonsense coming out of somebody that's uneducated and thinks that saying allegedly spares her from a lawsuit. Girl, bye.
And so what I think it is that they constantly said that because they perceived him as the weak link. They perceived him as being the only one who had a soul. And he should have had a soul because, you know what, Mikey? If you're watching the show, Charlie loved you.
Charlie didn't like you, Candace. He had unfriended you. I mean, you're sitting here obsessing over someone that had unfriended you, that didn't even invite you to his wedding. And then you chose to not go to his memorial service. So what does that say about you, you dumb demon? I do believe Candace had a mole in TPUSA. Just like she said she had a mole in the FBI, but yet she didn't want Fed slop. Go figure. If I say I don't trust anybody in the feds, particularly the FBI, I'm not going to sit here and proudly proclaim that I have moles in the FBI or sources in the FBI. That means I have to trust somebody there to give me information. Why would I do that if I don't trust any of them in the FBI? But see, the candy asses, they can't seem to think that simplistic. They're too dumb to do that. So they take whatever Fed slop she's actually feeding them that was coming from sloppy Joe Kent. Because otherwise, what good does this mean to even say I have sources that are in the FBI? Why? You told your coat not to trust the feds. Here you are trusting a Fed. It's the irony for me in her line like hell. And now you want to see her talk about Charlie loved you. Of course he knew that. He knew that. Candace, what Charlie did not do was follow you on social media or consider you a friend. He didn't have any ill will towards you, but he knew how to cut your ass off and put you in a corner somewhere. And he kept living his life. And you can't even show proof that you two were talking at least 1 year leading up to his death. Y'all didn't go to each other's kids' birthday parties or birth announcements or baby showers or none of that. And yet you want to sit here as if you're the gatekeeper to all things Charlie Kirk. God, you don't have several seats.
And whatever it was, that little flutter that made you realize how wrong what you did was, go with that. I sense you're probably in some sort of a spiritual purgatory. They're telling you, offering you the world. I have,
oh my God,
it on good notice that you're talking to
spiritual purgatory. Candace, coming from you, that sounds like a cold part of hell. Why do you say that? Why? She who condemns one to hell is condemned themselves, right? Or those who condemn or wishes those to be damned shall be damned themselves. Isn't this is something along the lines of that? Help me out. I don't want to misquote the Bible. I'm a Googling in a minute. I just don't understand why she wants someone to be in purgatory. He didn't believe in that. He didn't disrespect the Catholic faith, but he didn't believe in a purgatory. He believed in heaven versus hell. Respect what he believed in. How you call someone a friend and you want to force your BS on them after death? What do you mean? Why does he have to be in a place where you believe that he didn't believe? Charlie Kirk never went around in any of the videos I've seen anyway, talking about, oh, you're going to purgatory. That's not something he talked about. Are you kidding me? The most he enjoyed about the Catholic faith was the buildings and the windows and the design and layout and how beautiful everything was created, the architecture. She walking around here talking about he's in purgatory. Why are you saying that? Why are you putting that on him? You and the devil are both a liar, Candace Owens. This girl doesn't even read the Bible. I mean, you know, Evelyn will melt if she touched the Bible.
They're telling you, offering you the world. I have, you know, it on good notice that you're talking about real estate deals and they're telling you money, 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 money. You can't take it with you when you go. Hell is real. Hell is real. And I don't know, I just feel like I have it on my heart to say that to you.
Oh, Candace, stop repeating my talking points, you dumb heifer. I tell her all the time, hell is hot. Hit the 4 if you know that I say that. Candace, hell is hot. I say that all the time. In almost every video now. Because you lie like hell is hot. You know hell is hot. Why you keep trying to condemn somebody to purgatory? Girl, keep that to yourself. Who child? You get all the stuff she says. Oh, come on. Mikey McCoy, you're going to have to sue her.
I don't, maybe that's why I woke up in a state of just feeling like a message needed to be delivered. But Mikey, you don't have to keep secrets for bad people.
What?
You don't.
Yeah, sue her.
And I think that you were the only one who had a soul. Maybe you're scared. I don't know. Allegedly.
He's going to sue you, Candace. He's going to sue you.
This is my opinion, but I do want to say that to Mikey.
Girl, bye. Oh, sue her. Sue her, Mikey. Sue her, y'all. Candace, why are you on our planet? Y'all know I had to do this one.
Tonight, history was made.
Candace. Candace. See? Trump lets you come to the White House and look how rude you are. Candace, get off of our planet right now. Y'all, I saw this video yesterday and I said, oh, we got to check it out. We're so adding this to the lineup. Oh, y'all, we found Candace. So tune in, y'all, as we check out her origin story and her crash landing on our planet. Let's go. Hit the phone where you can see it here.
You got punched in the face by the Fresh Prince?
Tonight, history was made on the White House lawn as humanity made first contact with extraterrestrial life.
Candace!
His name is Zorg. He's an extra cholesterol.
President sat down for what was meant to be a historic, peaceful exchange, but quickly realized
He's here just to fuck with me.
Candace, that's how we all feel. Girl, you just hit an F with us. Candace running fast like hell, ain't she? I just saw her waste a medium fry for no reason. Oh, them fries look good, didn't they? Candace, how dare you waste McDonald's fries? Oh, this dumb alien. Look at
Who sent you, Putin? China?
John Mappin. Yo, John Mappin sent Candace. It's that damn Xenu thing from Scientology. Candace came in on the same spaceship that Xenu came in on. She dropped off Xenu into the volcano, and that's how it started making Thetan babies and all that. This stuff from Scientology. And then John Mappin was like, "Oh, Beamer over here." And he brought this unholy mess upon us in our country. John Mappin, come get your dumb alien, Candace. Take oil.
I saw the documentary. Independence Day.
Oh my God.
Destroy it! Zorg the alien caused a chaos of destruction before sabotaging the president's teleprompter.
Exactly, Joe's honey. Don't try to reason with it.
The shittest. Zigzags, Pineapple Moon, Zorg is life, Earth sucks.
He is currently missing.
Candace, get your ass off our planet. I'm tired of you. Oh, this is so priceless. Oh, girl. Ooh, child. Who is this? Is this my... Oh, this is Edie. Y'all, Edie is so funny. Hold on. It was another one I had bookmarked. Oh, this one here. So Candace loves to talk about herself.
This was a really...
This one here, let me go back. Hold on. Not that long ago, I just was a bad person because she can't talk. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really bad person. I was just a really bad... Candace, you got to flip the words around. I was just, or I was. You don't even have to say the word just. What? Your English sucks, Candace, you dumb alien. I was a really bad person. A person that I'm not proud of. Candace, none of us are proud of you. You understand? You're being sued. You're lying on people so bad to where they're filing now federal lawsuits on you. And they're going, Brian Harper will win. Do you understand me? Candace, by the hairs of your chinny chin chin, Brian Harper will win. Oh, come on, you alien.
From, and I was a bad person. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really bad person, a person that I'm not proud of. And I didn't treat people well. I wasn't true to my word. And I was mean, and that meanness.
Candace, good grief. You still are. You haven't changed. How old is this? What, 5 years old? Candace, you're still a mean, grumpy old person. You can't make this stuff up. You still are. Oh my good Lord, have mercy. She's still wearing jackets with shoulder pads. Oh, Edie. Hopefully she does a video of this look here. It's called the I want to pretend to be studious today look. You know, Candace looks like all of the motherboard in church. Oh, come on, Mima.
From, and I was a bad person. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really bad person, a person that I'm not proud of. And I didn't treat people well. I wasn't true to my word. And I was mean. And that meanness came from an anger, a deep-seated anger. And
I told y'all she has mommy issues. Candace, you're going to have to get a mother figure or connect with your mother and sit down and have a conversation with her, because you are mean as hell. Your meanness has spilled over into the court of law. Now, we know you're going to lose your lawsuits. The Macrones are going to mollywop you. And so will Brian Harper. But only you can prevent forest fires.
then came from, and I was a bad person. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really...
Candace, you're still a bad person. I just had to show this. Y'all, this right here, this is why we talk about these things here. This is from Jill, right? Trader Jill. Y'all see why we talk about this cult mentality in these various cults? It's so easy to recognize Candace to be a cult leader, because she is. She's a whole cult leader. Let's see here. Is that all the videos I wanted to get over here? Oh, God. Oh, okay. Here's the one where, oh, God, she was talking about this woman's dress. I don't get it. Candace, it's the hate.
That part was weird. No, nobody's talking about that.
She talking about I was so mean. Candace, you still are. Why are you talking about this woman's dress? This is how upset she is over Erica Kirk, where she talks about her wearing a dress to a dinner as if it's the only dress you will see Erica Kirk ever wear. Candace, you'll learn one day why we all say Erica Kirk is prettier than you. You'll learn.
Or something. That part was weird. No, nobody's talking about that enough. That was weird. Here's Erica before the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Why is that weird?
She carries light behind her eyes, even when the doctor...
Beautiful. I see nothing wrong. I don't know what was weird about this. Candace, are you ever going to do what your cup says and make him a sandwich, or what? Or are you just going to keep ignoring him? I mean, what are we doing?
That was weird. Here's Erica before the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
She carries light behind her eyes, even when the doctor...
She looks at this woman with disgust. Candace hates herself so much that when she looks at Erica Kirk, it's like a disgust. It's like her realizing, I can't believe that's not me. Look at this. This is the I can't believe that's not me look. Isn't it? No, it's nothing weird about what Erica is wearing or anything. I think she looks lovely. Pretty little girl, just adorable. She's never bad-mouthed Candace or any of that. Candace is the one sitting here trying to mock her dress while she has this look of, I can't believe that's not me, all over her face. Candace, you are jealous and envious, and you don't love yourself.
And rational people were wondering.
Yeah.
Sinner.
This is breathtaking.
She carries light behind her eyes, even when the doctor...
Breathtaking. And she doesn't know what to say. Because you don't have a problem. You're going to let the candy asses sit here and have you bewildered and looking stupid because you know you don't have a problem. The only issue is you're jealous of her, Candace. That's it. We know that. We know you're jealous of Erica Kirk. Candace, Karen. You alien. We know that you deep down on the inside wish that you were Erica Kirk and that Charlie Kirk married you. And that he gave you his company. We know that. I don't see the point in you reminding us every other day. But we know that. And now you find a moment in time where she's absolutely breathtaking and stunning as ever. and has just a beautiful disposition to go with it. It's not just the beauty on the outside, it's this beauty and glowing light on the inside. She doesn't go around here talking about Candace like she don't care about Candace. Candace is the one obsessing over her. She wants Candace to leave her alone, if anything. She's like, oh, I wish this girl would stop saying my name. It's the only way Candace is getting views. Look at her. Candace, this is the highlight of your life. You've succumbed to having to soundbite Erica Kirk's name to get views, amongst you being jealous and envious of her, and finding this moment, like the rest of us, to be absolutely breathtaking. She doesn't know what to do with herself.
Correspondence dinner.
She carries light behind her eyes, even when the dark.
Look at her. She don't know what to do. Just sit there and stew over it.
Rational people were wondering, hey,
breathtaking, and you're speechless. Girl, kick rocks.
hey Erica, why are you inside of the sheer curtains? That's
Erica, why are you so gorgeous, beautiful, and stunning? It was stunning. That look, it was just radiant. Wow, what is happening to me? Oh no!
That's a pretty classic bridal shot. What are you doing there? What's happening? We knew that we were probably off to a bad start or something. That part was weird. No, nobody.
She don't know what else to say. Candace, you're an idiot. Oh my God, y'all! And Cold-Blooded Christian did another video. We got to get it in because I responded. I said, "Yeah, hit my Cash App." My Zay. I left that response on his video. We gotta get to this.
Worry about.
Hold on. Shout out to Cold-Blooded Christian, y'all. Make sure you guys go check him out. He has graced us with his presence in the past. And he does have a fantastic YouTube channel. So make sure you go check him out and support him on YouTube as well as X.com. Cold-Blooded Christian. Cold-Blooded. Let's get to it.
Yo, my Candanites, my team Candace, I can't believe what I just seen. You know, whatever. I got some money here. We could just give it to her. You know, like you guys don't care about it. You don't care about this. You don't need it. Give it to Candace. She's broke. She needs it, man. Like for real. Let's do this. Let's just give her all of our money, and then we won't have to worry about our kids' college funds, our kids' birthdays. Heck, we won't have to even worry about giving any money to the church. We'll just give it to Candace because she needs it. We need to donate our money to her. What are we doing, folks? Oh, you don't believe me? Watch this right here.
Comments from today's episode. What do we have? Jen Commons writes, I hope this will help you. Wow, that is a very big donation. I hope this will help you pay for attorneys to pursue discovery in the Brian Harpole case. It's the only chance we might have to get to the truth.
Oh yeah, she's taking her followers' money, her supporters' money. Yeah, she is. Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. I mean, don't you remember what she did with Mitch Snow? Oh yeah, she gave Mitch Snow $147,000.
The end total is actually $143K.
And he didn't even feel right about it. He wanted to give it back. And you know what she told him? She told him, oh no, it'd be too hard for me to give refunds to my supporters. So she let him keep the money.
Not only did Candace get scammed, but she also scammed her supporters.
So now she's going to ask for you guys to give her money. Well, there's this thing.
Oh, it's not the first time Candace is known to scam. Candace, are you ever going to tell the candy asses about this federal lawsuit in Florida? With the meme coin, the pump and dump scheme? That Let's Go Brandon token? People just giving you money thinking that they were going to get a token in return that was valuable and turn around and find out that they didn't get a coin at all. Or whatever they did receive was absolutely worthless. You think she's giving those people refunds? You think those people who bought those Let's Go Brandon meme coins, do you think they're getting a refund? Yes or no in the chat. Let me know if you all believe that those people are going to get refunds for those tokens. How about the people in Australia that bought tickets to go see her perform and say words in a microphone? And then realize that, she didn't secure her visa before she landed in our country to try to come to this event. You think those people are getting refunds on those tickets they bought? Some of them purchased $1,500 tickets to be able to have a 5-course meal with Candace backstage plus access. Backstage access and a 5-course meal. $1,500 per ticket per person. And that could have been baked chicken, mashed potatoes with some green beans, a dinner roll, a slice of cake, and some Kool-Aid. Maybe a bottled water. And a salad. A little Caesar salad. Because it's 5 courses. Child boo. She'll throw in a roll for free. $1,500 for that. Mind you, backstage passes were only like $300 or $400. But the dinner shoots it up to $1,500. Make it make sense? That 5-course dinner could have been 3 tacos, some nachos, and cheese dip from Chipotle. But you spent $1,500 for that. And then they end up getting duped because she couldn't secure her visa. And as opposed to her making sure people got refunds for that, she spends money on attorneys to represent her internationally in an entirely different country so that she can appeal her visa. Knowing she should have never scheduled or planned that event before she secured her visa to get into Australia. She tried to bully her way into an entirely different country. After planning an entire event with an event planner. And guess what happened to the event planner? This man had to declare bankrupt. Candace is not new to scamming her own cult members, her own supporters, and the dumb bots. Like, that's not a new concept for her. She's been scamming for years. They just keep letting her do it. And you gotta decide, okay, I'm either gonna pay my rent this month or help Candace pay her attorney's fees. When the bots tell us all the time, she's a multimillionaire. So why is she asking for money? This is how dumb the bots are. This is where they get stupid. They come in the chat and tell us, Candace is rich and you're just jealous. Why is she asking you all for money then? She's rich. Why she can't pay her own attorney's fees? Make it make sense? Why can't she pay for her own attorney's fees if she's rich? Oh no, there was no flight included, Caleb. People who wanted to fly over to see her in Australia, they had to buy their own flight, get their own hotel. That $1,500 only included backstage passes, of course, entry, and a 5-course meal. That's it. And it would have been like the most meager meal ever. Because what the hell meal costs $1,500? You're paying more money just to sit back and eat a meal, and you're still not guaranteed to be right next to the damn girl. Candace, you are the worst. I get her to watch my show for free. Candace, hit the like button. And stop bringing your dumbass bots in here. It's annoying when they can't spell your name. They remind us that she's rich, and yet she is asking them to buy her merchandise to raise money to pay for her attorneys when she's a multi-millionaire. Make that make sense. This girl can pack up and go to Italy and not even plan in advance. Look at God. She got money to just be able to get up and book a flight and go to an entirely different country with George and 4 kids. And probably the nanny and the babysitter and all of that. And pay for all of that. With no one knowing until she gets there. Because she didn't tell anybody. Of course not. But she said that she had her life threatened, right? Why are you traveling internationally if you had a threat upon your life internationally? Candace, why didn't you just go to France? I'm just curious. Candace, what would that look like if you went to France? And then went outside, wherever the president works. Whatever is the equivalent of a White House here. How about you go to France and see how that goes over there? Like, she won't go near France. Because she doesn't care about all the people she's duped and taken advantage of. Candace does not care that people have not gotten refunds for those tickets in Australia. Or that people have not been given refunds from that Let's Go Brandon meme coin. And yet she's a co-defendant in a class action federal lawsuit, being accused of being involved in a pump and dump scheme and knowingly, intentionally, and wantonly duping her audience to buy those fake meme coins that were absolutely worthless if they existed at all. And then now has the audacity to try to sell some daggone pills that are not registered or approved by the FDA, talking about fixing people up and cleansing their liver. One of the brothers, the Herman brothers, one of them, having been her producer and director of her stupid pre-recorded, pre-scripted show on Candace. The other one's providing platforms for these dumb meme coins, investing in that stuff. So she's not doing this alone. She's getting help. But she's not offering any refunds to her audience. The bots could care less because they're bots. But to the actual mere mortals that do support her and worship the ground she walks on, she doesn't give a damn about them. She would rather they just not pay their mortgage so that she can pay her attorney's fees, when the bots are constantly reminding us, because they enter my chat at their own peril, reminding us that she's a multimillionaire. So she shouldn't be asking for a dime. And she should not have a problem refunding anyone their money for those tickets in Australia or for that pump and dump scheme with that meme coin. Give these people their money back, Candace.
Called Social Blade. It's called socialblade.com. And what you can do is go look at this #1 podcaster in the world and see what she makes only on YouTube, not Spotify, not Apple, not even on her advertisements, but just YouTube alone.
As you can see, the huge spike after Charlie was shot.
And once you do that, you will understand. You add the advertisements into that. You just do a little Google search and see how much money she's making by reading 3 to 4 ads every single episode. And you'll find out that she's making upwards of $50 to $60 million in the last 8 months since Charlie's death. But, go ahead, give her your money. Keep falling for it. Keep buying her merch. Keep giving her money. Thinking that, hey, she needs it. Her husband just bought her a Porsche.
A new Range Rover after 7 years of marriage.
And she even admitted that.
Wait a minute, Candace. For clarity, my family absolutely does not own $1 million in cars, nor do we own a black TRX pickup truck. This is categorically false. Isn't that the same TRX pickup truck that he crashed in 2023 in that DUI? Isn't that the same truck? Because when we pulled up the VIN number, Candace, that's what it said. It was a TRX 1500 of some sort. Nonetheless, Laura Loomer just accurately doxed my personal car. Candace, can you define the word dox? Define the word dox, girl. Just accurately doxed my personal car, a new Range Rover my husband bought me for my birthday after 7 years of marriage, as well as our family car that we use to drive the kids in. Candace, I still don't know what that car is, so how is it doxed? You just told us a Range Rover. I haven't seen Laura Loomer's video either. But why would you even confirm it? So you're going to give confirmation to something that you call doxing, but yet you don't think it's doxing when you're putting up photos of people and their addresses and telling people where they live. Or doxing Jewish donors giving money to TPUSA because they're not giving you any money. But you want to be on their payroll. Make it make sense. She wants to get a monthly retainer and be on the payroll of TPUSA, but complain about them getting Jewish dollars. Oh my God. It's like stuck on stupidity on steroids with Candace. But you want them to give you a monthly retainer? Why? I thought their money wasn't good enough for you and your candy ass cult members. The candy ass cult members keep forgetting that. So I remind them every time I do a video. Candace Owens has said at least 3 times now that TPUSA should put her on their payroll for PR, and that TPUSA should pay her a monthly retainer every month for PR, public relations. And that, they definitely need someone in their PR department. Why should they pay you any money when you don't want them to get any money? You're doxing their donors because the donors are Jewish. You racist mophead. Why do you want to be put on their payroll? You should not want their money. I thought their money wasn't good enough for you, Candace. You're doxing Jewish donors and conservatives. Laura Loomer was one of them who received a death threat because of your doxing. What are you talking about? This text does not reveal any personal identifiable information about your vehicle. Not this one. So if, hypothetically, this was the only thing out there about her personal car, why would she confirm it? Oh, Candace, you get dumber and dumber every day.
Range Rover after 7 years of marriage.
And she even admitted that for her birthday, last week? But she needs your money. She needs your kids' college fund. She needs your vacation money. She needs even your Christmas fund that you're saving. She needs that money now. Go buy the Go Max t-shirt. That's what Charlie meant.
Charlie would be so proud of you, Go Max. I am so hopeful that this goes to Discovery. All I want is truth. It matters more to me.
You want this to go to Discovery? Why you keep lying to your audience? You don't even want the Macron lawsuit to go to Discovery, and that's not a federal lawsuit. Candace, you saying this? I'm so glad you're saying this. We get to play this against you every day for every time you stall Brian Harple's case, asking for extensions because of word and term limits. We get to play this video. Shout out to Cold-Blooded Christian. We get to play this every time, girl. You want to get to the Discovery while filing a motion to dismiss? Yeah, keep on with that hypocrisy, girl. Because you're such a liar.
Then this lawsuit is...
When he said Go Max right there to Tucker and told Tucker to go Max and anger his donor class, what he meant was go after my wife, go after my widow, go after my children, heck, go after all my best friends, and even tear down my legacy. Go Max, guys. That's what Charlie meant, because you know what? He knew that none of y'all had clear thinking minds. He knew who Candace was. That's why he cut her out of his life. That's why he took her off his platforms. That's why he didn't allow her to any AmFest. That's why he didn't follow her on any social media.
Exactly. Once and for all, that she was not invited to their wedding, because I know that's another one of the rumors. Like,
she was not.
She go? That's what I thought. And so, is it true that there was sort of a deterioration of their relationship? Can you confirm or deny that?
Yes, absolutely, there was.
That's why she wasn't at his wedding.
And then there was a larger reception. So and she wasn't at either one. She wasn't invited to either one, by the way.
For the simple fact that Charlie knew exactly what Candace was, and he knew what she was capable of. And if he uproared her and he got her, feeling some type of way, what would she do? She would do exactly what we are seeing her do now. And Charlie knew that. And I have to admit, one of his greatest downfalls that Charlie ever committed, and he didn't commit a lot of them, was not getting rid of Candace, not putting her in her place, not exposing her for who she is. And now his poor wife has to deal with it.
Oh, you better say that cold-blooded. Amen to that. Hit the 4. This is the one thing that I've said that you could call it criticism, however you want to term it. Mama tells the truth over here. In the LLC, that's all I know how to do. Candace, that's why you listen. You alien. Charlie Kirk should have put her in her place a long time ago. Like after she was fired from TPUSA, he should have put her behind in check. She only worked there 19 months. She was not a Mason to TPUSA at all. She was just another employee. The only reason why people try to put her on that pedestal was because she was one of the earlier employees that actually traveled with Charlie and was by his side all the time. She just had a stronger media presence. I'm going to be honest. I've never seen Mikey McCoy that much in the spotlight like that. Not saying he wasn't. I just haven't seen a whole lot of videos in my coverage of Charlie Kirk's assassination and this whole thing with Candace, with her evil behind, I haven't seen Mikey McCoy nearly as much in the spotlight as she was when she worked for TPUSA. But she worked for them. She didn't build anything. And she acts as if she was one of the co-founders. She was not. He gave her an opportunity when he hired her and gave her a job. And through all the lies and the deceit and deception, I guess you could say she brought more attention and did her job. And he saw through that. He was like, I can't deal with this alien and Grim is yeasty and it smells like sourdough bread up in here. We can't do this. She's conniving. She's retaliatory, vindictive, petty. Can you imagine? He's sitting down, Charlie Kirk sitting down in a hotel room with this darn girl, listening to her talk for hours. Can you imagine that? Oh, the agony. This man was tortured. He had to learn how to endure all of this. It's straight torture, son. Imagine it. And she's younger and more foul mouth. And I know I cuss, but it is what it is, you know. But imagine her being around him 24/7. They're traveling on the road, staying at these hotels. She's claiming they slept in the same hotel together in different beds. And he's got to listen to her ramble on and on and on and on. Oh my God. Candace, you drove this man crazy. And after 19 months, he didn't even last, Candace, you didn't even last 2 years. Y'all understand, 19 months is not even 2 full years. She didn't even make it 2 full years. And she acts as if she was a co-founder, and she wasn't. When you have to sit and make yourself more important than you really are, Candace, that means you were never important to begin with. You were an employee. And perhaps he was fond of you. And because you were such a loudmouth and a strong media presence, you got the cameras on you. You got Kanye West to say your name. That's all. I don't hear him talking about you recently. When the last time Kanye West said anything about Candace Owens? She hangs on to that because it's all she has. She has to hang on to that. Otherwise, Candace hasn't done anything that was notable at all. So she has to hang on to someone like Kanye West saying her name and dropping her name in a post that caused her to go viral. She has to hang on to that. That's why she lied about designs of shirts or something dealing with that. And he had to shut her down. He knew what he was doing when he did not purchase Parler Inc. Kanye knew better. These are the people that are telling us what we need to know about her without really saying a whole lot of words. If you notice the relationship between Kanye West and Candace Owens now, why is it so strained? If she loves and considers him like a brother, how come they never get seen in public anymore? You don't see them talking and hanging around each other. How is that? Candace has to hang on to the little times where people like a Kanye West and Charlie Kirk put her out there front and center. Because without that, we wouldn't know who the hell she is at all. Let's be honest. And now it's like she wants people to look at her as if she's helped build up something where she was only an employee for 19 months. I don't harper on a past employment that I only worked at for 19 months. less than 2 years. No one does that. That's not even natural. Unless you did help build something, you can account for that. No one harpers on a job they had for only 19 months. That's not normal. But Candace, you can see the type of person she is when she can't let that go. And it's like she's been out for retaliation ever since. This girl out for blood. She doesn't care if it's Charlie's or Erica Kirk's. She didn't care. And he should have put her ass in check a long time ago and told her flat out, listen, you only worked here 19 months, less than 2 years. You didn't even make it 2 years, girl. Kick rocks and leave me alone. If you cannot respect my company and for what we stand for and what we're doing, you don't have to agree to it. You can also leave my name out your mouth. And if you dare try to say anything about my wife, I'm going to hunt you in your sleep. Oh, that would have been badass. But he should have put her in check a long time ago. I so agree. Cold-blooded. Let's go.
Faithful servant of God.
Would be, he's obviously celebrating in heaven amongst so many things, but he's so proud of all of you. And he's so proud of all of you for keeping this mission alive. And he knows that you can do it. That's why you're hired.
Can't have that. We can't have her trying to build, because that's what Charlie was doing. He was building and being quiet.
Because I get called a lot of things, as you can imagine. The one thing I wish I would be called more, which is actually true, is an entrepreneur. I build things. I build organizations. We help build movements. We build messaging.
He left things alone. He was the glue that kept things together, and he was understanding that building was more important. But his one downfall was not realizing that he should have took this one, even if he had to take an L on it, but take this one job into getting rid of it and exposing Candace Owens so that no one else had to deal with it, because I don't think anyone else could have possibly done it except for Charlie Kirk.
Not getting into West Point, I convinced my parents, hey, I'm not sure if I want to go right into college. I'd like to take a gap year before I go to college. And the idea I had was, hey, I want to start an organization from nothing to try to reach the next generation around first principles of liberty and freedom, and that our country is a great nation and is worthy of preserving and protecting.
Maybe his wife will get there. And I believe that she will continue to be the CEO of Turning Point. And I believe I've talked too much. So I'm going to let you guys go. But I hope you realize this is getting you and taking advantage of you every moment of the day.
Okay. That is not how the clue game went down. Natty Nicole writes, Ben and Larry are disgusting human beings, doubling my donation to spite them. Thank you so much. It's a huge donation to support you and to support the truth. He wants to dance. Let's effing go, little man. Love that.
And if you think that woman needs your money.
Kiwi writes, the look on Ben's face when God shows him the literal meaning of Isaiah 54:15. Whoever attacks you shall fall before you. God is fighting your battles, Candace. Christ is king.
And I can tell you right now, she's a fake. She's a fraud.
Candace, stop weaponizing the name of God or Christ before he starts responding to you in a way where you will not like it at all. You let your dumb cult members get you into this frenzy where they think that's just a slogan for them. You think bots care about Christ being king? And your cult members are brainwashed. They think you're God. So why say Christ is king again? Doesn't it go against your cult leader? to the candy ass cult members, your God is named Candace Owens. You don't worship Christ because you refuse to read a Bible where scriptures are clear on defending widows, not attacking them because you don't like them. Mind you all, these are the same people that have been attacking TPUSA and Erica Kirk as opposed to just leaving them alone and living life. People that are supporting Candace, they never liked TPUSA. They never liked Charlie or Erica Kirk. This is just their opportunity for some get back. But as opposed to just leaving them alone, they rather just keep using her and funding her to attack them, because Candace is an idiot and money hungry. If she's rich and wealthy, she can afford her attorney's fees. She doesn't need your mortgage money. Pay your mortgage. Pay your rent. Go buy some groceries. Pay your water bill and your light bill and gas bill. Giving her your bill money does nothing. This girl is a multi-millionaire bragging about her husband buying her a brand new Range Rover as a personal car. I only have one vehicle. I gotta keep it washed, keep it gassed up. That reminds me, I gotta get gas and get a fill up. I have to budget to fill up my gas, my truck. I have an SUV. I have to budget to fill that up if it's more than like twice a month. This girl has a whole personal car that was bought for her brand new, and it's a Range Rover. That's not a cheap vehicle. And if it's like the high end, you're talking about spending $100,000 on a car. For me, that's like a house. Are you kidding me? It's half of a house paid off. This girl could just drop $100,000 on a vehicle. George could just drop $150,000 on a pickup truck and then crash it in a ditch. Brand new. Walk away paying the insurance off and buying another one. Why do they think that she needs their money to pay attorney's fees when they're telling us that she's rich and wealthy? I will never understand that. But you can see, it's this hive mentality of this cult. It's like poison. It's toxic. And we don't allow it over here to infect us. Now, they come into my chat at their own peril. Doesn't mean we care about what they're saying, because we don't.
She does not believe the things that she is telling you. She is doing it all for money, power, and media empire. That's what she's trying to build.
I truly believe
Yeah,
that we
she's
let
taking all their
go.
money.
I can't say I'm like my husband who prays for him more than I do.
$300,000
I did
for
tell
a
you that I would
car?
humble myself, and because my priest told me to, and I
What?
did pray for Ben a lot more than I should have. I have since stopped praying for him because it is hard for me to do so when he is just so patently evil. But I know that if I
Oh my God.
talk to my priest, he's going to make me do it. So I'm just not going to talk to him for a couple of weeks or whatever. I'll
What?
leave him on red or something. He doesn't watch the show. Nobody reach out to me.
Somebody sending the show, the priest, all her shows. Do we know who her priest is? Candace, tell us his name. We're going to find out. Laura Loomer is going to find out. Laura Loomer is going to find out the name of her priest, and we'll make sure he gets all your shows. Oh, he's going to be so mad at you, Candace. Candace, we're going to tell on you. You understand? There's the last thing you should have said. See, you talk too much, Candace. Karen, I know you're listening, you heifer. You talk too much. Now we're going to go tell on you. We're going to run tell that for real. Run tell that in the chat. We're going to run tell that. We finna find out who your priest is, and we're going to send them all your episodes. We're going to try to privatize all her videos. Oh, we're going to tell on you so bad. Oh, Candace, you can kick rocks.
Okay.
Too long, I can't help it, man. I'm so passionate about this stuff, and I've done so much research. You guys need to do your own research. That's the absolute. You expect to ask questions of everything on this side, but you won't ask questions of your own
Candace
leader,
would
your
tell
own
them.
idol. You won't ask her anything. Quit idolizing her. Get in your Bible. Do your own research, and you will
Amen.
be okay. It's mind over manipulation, truth over tribalism, and Christ over cloud. Every day, I'm out. I gotta go. Peace.
Oh, I love it. Cold-blooded. Y'all shout out to Cold-blooded Christian. Oh, we love it. We love it. Yeah, I can recognize talent when I see it. We got it coming, y'all. Oh, Lord. So we're back over on YouTube for our lineup. Y'all remember this? This is a clip of Candace first coming out. Mom, Dad, I'm conservative. Candace, you got mom in the title of this video. I find that interesting. Seeing that you've said in that Russell Brand interview that your mom kicked you out the house because y'all fight and argue and blah, blah, blah. And you were 14 years old and you went and lived with a boyfriend at 14 years old. Why would you tell them that you're a conservative? My mom doesn't ask me that. She doesn't ask me, are you a liberal or conservative? Like, my mother has never asked me that. It's not something, moms don't care about that. We just care about if you're okay. How did you get that black eye? Why does your wife have a broken foot? That's what we care about. George, you got to tell your mother how you got a black eye. You understand? Stop dodging it. You over here catching DUIs. Probably we're catching them in the UK. Oh, man. Anybody know the police district over there near George Farmer's house? You know he's got to have a record. George, I'm only saying this because you were in the Bullying Done Club. And we've watched the history of that on Nemo's channel. Shout out to Nemo. And we know that you have broken many, many laws over there. They just try to cover it up. It doesn't fly over here like that. In the United States of America, that's not going to fly. You're a public figure catching DUIs. You can't make this up. If Candace can go around here trying to defame Kimberly Klasick simply because she wanted to run for an elected position, why is it Candace thinks she's not fair game? Who knew? Who knew Candace was fair game? Oh, Candace. So this is a throwback just to show everyone Candace was never serious about being a conservative. It was a PR strategy for her. You don't even have to be political to know that Candace was playing games from day one. I want you all to pay attention to this video of her coming out as a conservative. Pay attention. Body language, facial expressions, and how she speaks. Pay attention. Hit the floor where you can hear. Let's go.
Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. I like girls. Oh, sweetheart. We always knew. The bottom line, we just want our children to be happy, and we love you regardless. Brave soul. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, also, I think I might be a conservative. I don't understand. I can't breathe. Hey, get that camera out of my wife's face. Guys, it's totally fine. It's okay. I just, think a little more conservatively. But sweetheart, you're black. Yeah. Look, it was a crazy election cycle, a lot of emotions. We're going to get you somebody to talk to, and you're going to work through this entire mess. No, Dad, this is who I am. Well, what about Beyonce? Yeah, what about Beyonce? You like Beyonce. You love Beyonce. Beyonce is a liberal. What's going on? I still do. It's just as a general rule, I don't think the Billboard 100 should dictate my political alignments. And what about all of our Spanish-speaking friends? I knew there were too many Caucasian people in this neighborhood. Oh.
Candace, this is so cringe. I want you to know that you're a horrible actress, and this is why you never made it big in Hollywood. Because she tried to make it big in Hollywood. Candace, we remember you being in a rap video for some rap artist. We don't even care who he is. Oh, goodness gracious. This is so cringe. Yeah, no, she turned being a conservative into a whole thing. Y'all look at these photos up here. How do you start this off with saying I'm a lesbian, Candace? Who is Samantha again? Don't make us pull up the photo of the videos.
That's good, honey. Mm-hmm. Make me the bad guy, Mrs. I can't live without those hedges. Well, we're going to need those hedges when the neighbors find out that our daughter is in the KKK. What? Guys, this is getting completely out of hand. Mom, I'm still black, and I still like Hispanic people. I simply think that we should maybe put the economical future of this country ahead of the social issues. That is all.
This is this girl.
Sweetie, can you please just be gay?
Candace. There are people who are gay that are also conservatives. What is wrong with you? She thinks conservatism is about economics, and that's it. Now you all see that she only cares about money. Who does this stuff? I've seen black conservatives do many videos. They don't have to do this. This is how she views conservatism. She treats it like a joke or something, a skit to be gay. Carol.
Sweetie, can you please just be gay?
I don't even know if that music is copyrighted. Yeah, that was god awful. Candace, that was so cringe.
Well,
y'all, shout out to Fax Me. Shout out to Fax Me. Make sure you guys go check out Fax Me. Show him some love. We're going to check out a couple of his videos because, you know, we need something to break up all that cringe that we just got through watching. That is Candace's viewpoint of conservatism. We've also seen her try to break down the idea of nationalism versus globalism, and that was god-awful garbage. She thinks globalism has something to do with low birth rates in the UK. Can you imagine? As if her and George has a problem procreating with Grimace Yeasty. Candace, you make babies faster than yeast can reproduce, okay? When your yeast infection is being outbeat by the number of times you can give birth, the last thing you should be talking about is low birth rates. This girl, she just got babies sliding straight out of her, allegedly. Carol, we don't kick rocks. Oh my God. Oh, Rick Jackson, we have. Oh, we've gone over what, 3 or 4 of her LLCs? Just affiliated with Blexit. That's not even including all the others tied to Georgetown or Candace Owens LLC. Oh my God. Candace hiding money all over the place, child. Where's that new car registered, Candace? Is it under the Battery Lane Trust or the Candace Owens LLC or Georgetown Inc. or what? Is it somewhere hiding under Parlor Inc.? How's that going? Oh, good grief. You can't make this stuff up. All right, y'all, let's get the facts, me. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We're on our marathon, Candace. We're going in.
Apparently, Stephen Lancaster and Fax Me won. And let me just say something here. I don't get handed many victories these days. Despite rebuilding my entire brand from the ground up after being publicly dragged, despite independently podcasting with a tiny team, despite clawing my way back onto the charts while everybody preyed on my downfall, somehow I still found myself becoming the centerpiece of the Fax Me universe. And honestly, you can imagine there was this tiny little glimmer of realization when I saw Stephen Lancaster dedicating endless live streams, thumbnails, monologues, graphics, timelines, investigation.
Hey, Sarah. Yes, I did. And we talked about that in the beginning where we said Erica Kirk had been pushing for the hearings to be televised for a while. So, yes, the judge did grant the cameras to be in the courtroom for the hearings to be televised. So I guess we'll start tuning into that because Candace, you're ridiculous. Okay. Don't act as if it was your idea either, you heathen. This heathen wants to pretend like she's the one that's been pushing for the hearings to be televised when she said she didn't even care about the investigation in the state of Utah. Candace, your words, not mine. I just repeat them. She said she didn't care. And now she's posting up on X as if it was her idea. No, it was Erica Kirk's. Candace, you can kick rocks. Shout out to my mom, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hey, Moki, how you doing? Oh, what you do? All right, let's get back to it.
And dissertations to me. I mean, think about it. What exactly did I do to deserve becoming the main character of Fax Me programming? Apparently, I occupy so much real estate in Stephen Lancaster's mind that every week there's a new cinematic thumbnail, a new breaking live stream, a new 20-minute speech explaining why Candace Owens is simultaneously irrelevant, yet somehow worthy of nonstop coverage. And let's be honest here. Hasn't he already made these points? I'm low IQ, I'm a grifter, I'm evil, I'm destroying society. I'm responsible for every conspiracy theory on Earth. At a certain point, you start wondering if maybe the narrative ran out of fuel 3 months ago, but nobody told the production team. What's especially fascinating is that this has become a full-time obsession. We've got charts, we've got analytics, we've got timelines, we've got frame-by-frame breakdowns. We've got investigations into my facial expressions, my business filings, my podcast pauses, my friendships, my lawsuits, my marriage, my guests, my sponsors, my camera angles, and probably the arrangement of furniture in my house next. And the irony? For people constantly claiming I'm finished, irrelevant, collapsing, desperate, and fading away, they sure do spend an extraordinary amount of time making me the center of attention. I mean, this is like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th live stream in 2 weeks where Stephen Lancaster is passionately explaining to the audience how little I matter. At some point, you have to stop and ask yourself, if Candace Owens is supposedly so insignificant, why does Facts Me revolve around her 24 hours a day? It's because I'm lying constantly. I don't.
Y'all see the thumbnail over here? Facts.me satire. He's being funny, okay? The candy ass is about to get a happy and excited. No, it's a satire. 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 We'll give them the definition later. They have no idea what that means. Oh, Facts Me. Steven, you're hilarious. Oh, Candace, see, you keep lying, and we're going to keep talking about it.
Tell my followers that, obviously, but Facts Me and Stephen Lancaster does. So go check out his channel if you really want to know the truth about me. Because the truth, if fake and gay, and that is why I don't ever speak it.
Oh, that's so good.
Now, this comes.
Okay, we got to get this in. This is the emergency stream that Graham Allen has covered, where he goes over. I think we've gone over it, and I posted the full upload. Shout out to all of you all that help gather images for thumbnails, download the videos from X, Twitter, or Facebook, because I don't have those, accounts or anything. Like, I don't have a subscription with X. I don't have Facebook at all. And Mark Zuckerberg can kick rocks. I will never get an account over there. I just don't want it. But shout out to you all for sending me all the videos and the content to upload for those who don't have these other accounts and only have YouTube. So they're going to go over that and discuss it. And I wanted to hear what they had to say on it. Plus this guy here, what's his name? Tony or something? Oh, he's so funny. I just love him. He's so funny.
And we'll get into what Jeremy Boring had to say here in a minute. Candace Owens last night did a emergency live feed when Jeremy Boring, the former CEO of the Daily Wire, confirmed Laura Loomer's reporting that George Farmer did in fact
thank you, Rick,
have this DUI where he was 3 times over the limit, that he did leave the scene of an accident, and he did have in possession a firearm during this. I've even heard that he even gave police a false phone number to the husband of Candace Owens' assistant. That's also what I've heard. Again, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. This is Candace Owens just, again, talk about pot calling the kettle black here. I want you to listen to what she says, and then I want you to think about the past 7 months of Erica Kirk while you're listening to this. If you think Candace Owens sucks, I want you to comment COS in the comment section right now. While you listen to this 46 seconds from this evil woman, I want you to think about Erica Kirk while she talks. Hit the play button.
And trying to go solo. And simultaneously, they're still running this game of trying to get the press to go after me, to go after my family. So when I say it has been a nonstop onslaught against my life, this is what I mean. And I do think it's time for us to share the documents so people can actually read the documents of what my family has lived through, because I feel like I should be doing a series like Surviving the Daily Wire. People don't understand what it's been like. And we have never played dirty back with them. We have never. Everything they ever put together was a conspiracy theory in their own head. We don't play that way. We have genuinely, and I partially think that's the reason why we've been protected by them, and why conclusions like even the Brett thing happening, which they thought was a big thing, and trying to go solo. And simultaneously, they're still.
She just said, "Wow," that the Daily Wire has played dirty with her by going after her family and interfering with her daily life and making it horrible for her family, and going after her family and bothering her family and making it personal, going after her family. Chick.
I can't even say.
Candace, look in my eyes right now. Do you hear what is coming out of your mouth? Do you hear? This is proof that the walls are closing in to Candace Owens and the lawsuits are stacking up because she's starting to panic. All right. What you just said that you feel is an attack and a spiritual attack against you from the Daily Wire, that is what you have done to a completely innocent woman for the past 8 months. You have made Erica Kirk's life a living hell. On top of the fact she was already in a living hell because Charlie was murdered in front of the world. And you have the audacity to say how spiritually attacked you are and how unfair it is. Candace, you need to go to confession with your priest because you're a Catholic, and you need not say one word. You need to just play your entire catalog for the past 7 months in front of your priest. And the confession booth will probably catch on fire at that point. And I think your priest would legitimately not know the words to say. And then I also, and again, I'm not Catholic. I don't 100% know how this goes, but I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to do your first real confession when you go to confirmation. Did you actually confess to all the sins that you actually have done and are doing to the best of your knowledge and your ability? Or did you hide all of the things that you've been doing from your priest? Because most priests are social media illiterate. They have no idea what's going on the outside, which is very good for you, Candace. I'm just asking questions. I mean, I don't know. Again, just asking questions.
And get ready for it because it's coming. That train's never late. That card, and y'all know what card I'm talking about. That card's going to be played very soon. That train's never late. Get ready.
All right. Candace Owens has vehemently denied that the DUI stuff that Laura Loomer has done has been true. Well, this is Jeremy Boring yesterday who put this out saying that not only is it true, he was made aware of it, and the media tried to make it a story from the very beginning because it is, in fact, true. Here's Jeremy Boring.
Well, before we play it, you need to explain to the people who this guy is because a lot of people
He is the former CEO of Daily Wire. That he hired Candace Owens. This is the guy that hired Candace Owens for the Daily Wire. All right, here we go. Jeremy Boring. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Already, Candace is trying to walk back some of her most salacious insinuations, but that doesn't mean she suddenly discovered journalistic integrity or even basic honesty. In recent weeks, public records and documents have surfaced alleging that Candace's husband, George Farmer, was arrested in Nashville in August 2023 for DUI and leaving the scene of an accident. When Candace insists that this has nothing to do with her husband, that it's some completely different George Farmer in Nashville, Tennessee, well, that denial strikes me as pretty audacious.
Candace, can we recall you leaving posts on X of you calling it a fender bender? You already admitted to it, Candace. You already acknowledged the actual fender bender and that your husband that you married, your George Farmer, you know that one that it won't come out of the closet. Yeah, that one was involved in what you called a fender bender. That is your confirmation that an accident occurred and that he was involved in it. You can't go back and say, well, I don't even know if you all have the right George Farmer. No, helper, we got the right one. You think we would be talking about this if it wasn't your George Farmer? Seriously. Candace, we honestly, overall, we just don't care like that. But because you feel the need to dig into everybody else's life, why not have somebody just tap in to see what's going on with you? And this stuff isn't private. That's public information. Period. Public information. And your response to that was, it was a fender bender. Not, that is absolutely false. That is not George Farmer. He was not in an accident. No, you called it a fender bender. You acknowledged it and you tried to downplay it. And you lied about it because that's what you do. Because Candace Owens is a pathological liar. A horrible liar at that. But a liar nonetheless. Your first go-to is not to try to downplay the accident and then say, oh, you have the wrong George Farmer. No. If it was not legitimate, if it didn't happen, then you would initially say it didn't happen. Where are you all getting this from? But she wants people to think that we're all as dumb as her cult members. No, only your cult members and your bots are stupid. Candace, you're mad because people are besting you at your game. You want to sit here and dox people? You had a whole website doxing people. You've done nothing but dox innocent people because you think that you're investigating something when you don't understand the definition of that term. People have been put into danger to the point where they had to leave their homes 2 to 3 months at a time. Find refuge in another whole neighborhood. All because you put their photos up or you said their names. Because you just want to blame somebody as opposed to the actual person that is guilty of shooting Charlie Kirk. People had to uproot from their homes with their families because of you. And now you're being sued for it finally because of the damage you've caused because of your doxing. Brian Harpool and his entire team was doxed. And their families and spouses were doxed. Not just the employees, but the employees' spouses. And their family members were doxxed. That's how horrible these people are in this dumb cult where they failed to read 3 and 4 letter words. And she wants to pretend like public records won't show that George got a DUI. Get off your kick rocks. Come on, you dumb demon. Candace, stop lying. Stop lying. It's not going to get you anywhere. Except hell. I mean, hell is hot, but why would you want to go there? We can read. We just pull the documents, girl. You're not fooling us. You can fool your code. They're already brainwashed, but you're not getting the rest of us. Girl, if you don't kick rocks.
First made aware of the arrest and charges, leaking to scene of an accident after wrecking his truck at 3 times the legal limit while carrying a loaded firearm. Shortly after it happened, back when Candace still worked for me at the Daily Wire. People who had access to the court documents approached me with them quite early, before the situation was resolved. By the time Candace started to engage in more and more evil behavior, the arrest was pretty well known in conservative circles. I was personally approached more than once by people asking me if I would speak out about the charges. In every instance, I refused. Not because I thought Candace's conduct was defensible, far from it, but because I believed then, and still believe, that family should generally be off limits.
Pause.
Of course, Candace doesn't believe family.
Of course, Candace doesn't believe family should be off limits. And he goes on to say, and now other journalists are now playing by Candace Owens' own rules.
Mm-hmm.
So Laura Loomer is going after George. Now, we would never go after Candace Owens' kids. That's despicable in every regard. But Candace Owens believes that it's perfectly okay to bring family into this stuff. So Laura Loomer is like, all right, fine. What about your husband? And here's the thing. If you are a Candace follower, now you have multiple people, including me, that can eyewitness verify that George Farmer drove a black Ram TRX between the years of 2022 and 2023. Now you've got her former boss, who is on YouTube, on record in a way, saying out loud, yeah, this was a known thing. Everybody knew George was a drunk. Everybody knew that he flipped his truck. Everybody knew that he left the scene of the accident carrying a firearm 3 times over the legal limit. Everybody knew this, but we protected Candace because we believed that family matters should be left as family matters. So we protected Candace Owens. Now she's been caught lying, blatantly lying. This is a different George Farmer. because there's a lot of those, I guess. This is a different George farmer that lives in Tennessee that drove the same type of truck that my husband drove during that time. This is all a conspiracy to get me. No, it's not. Your family just sucks. Your family sucks. That's it. And so do you. You're a terrible human, and all of this is starting to pile up against you. Lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit is starting to pile up.
Oh, Graham Allen, Mama's so proud of you. Candace, Karen, Condoleezza, come to the front. Candace, you suck. So does George. Did y'all know George sucked? Literally and metaphorically, he sucks. George, it's not our fault that you suck donkey dick. Oh, I'm being bad. Let me play the video.
Maine counsel, who was Jewish, told you to go get bent and take a hike, and he left. And ever since then, you have become even more unhinged. Now, all of a sudden, it's less about Erica Kirk and more about Daily Wire. Have you noticed that? She literally is already alluding to her next thing. Maybe I should do a new series, Surviving Daily Wire.
Yeah, this whole story is going to be a Netflix special in a few years.
It never ends. It never ends. And we have to take accountability for the fact, myself included. I once called Candace a friend. We have to take, and we ignored all the signs. Everyone knew, even back when she was conservative, Candace, that Candace.
Yeah, listen, y'all better stop. Listen, we can't keep ignoring stuff, Candace. That's why you're being called out. Nobody's in the mood to ignore things anymore. How did George get that black eye, girl? George, we wouldn't blame you if you left, okay? All we ask is that you take the kids. Because if you got a black eye, I don't know what to say about the kids or how crazy that will get. Candace is unstable, and you know it. Get the kids out the house. Because this makes no sense. She had a broken foot. Candace won't even talk about that. But she keeps obsessing over Erica Kirk, because she's got to soundbite her name at least once a day to get views. Because Candace thinks that George's black eye is not as interesting when it is. I mean, really it is. Candace, if you tell us what happened with George's black eye, we will listen. You can make this up. How did you break that foot, girl?
Owens was a burn it all down no matter what. I think Jeremy does a great job in that 30-minute YouTube video where he talks about the fact of there's this Latin term that Elon Musk used about, the voice of the people is the voice of God, or something like that. So like whatever the people want, that's what they'll get. Well, when you operate that way, that whatever the voice of the people is, that's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to give the people. I'm going to give the people what they want.
Wow.
Well, that's very dangerous because the will of the people and the voice of the people, not for a purpose of political matters where we have a voting system and all of this, like that's one thing. But when it's in the open discussion and open forum, if you don't actually have an opinion for yourself, it's whatever the people want to hear because that's what gives me the most clicks and the most views and the most money. There's no journalistic integrity. There's no repercussions for blatantly lying. There's no removing of your funding of any kind if you don't adhere to certain editorial journalistic standards. There's nothing. And we have to take responsibility of the fact that we, me, you, all of us, we created the very monsters that right now are trying to tear us apart.
Yep. My advice, people, focus on the midterms. Focus on the midterms. Focus on doing your due diligence to go vote, carry 10 people with you, talk to 10 people, talk to folks every day, because we have to accept the fact, because we've already got a bunch of tards in the chat. Like, it doesn't matter what Candace Owens does. It doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter whether she it doesn't matter. People are going to defend her because they're too far down the rabbit hole now at this point. And people don't like to admit when they're wrong. Like, they just don't. There's too much.
To the candy asses. You don't have to admit you're wrong. We've already done that for you here in the Lady Luck Club. Candy asses are wrong. The bots are dumb. and they still can't spell your first name correctly, Candace. You see? That was easy. It wasn't hard for me at all to say that.
Much pride. All right. There's just too much pride in the country right now. People do not like to admit what they're wrong. Doesn't matter what she says. Doesn't matter if this stuff comes out and it's like true about George Farmer. Nobody's going to care. Okay. They're just going to keep sipping on the Candace juice, no matter what she says, no matter what she does. Focus on the midterms. Let's win the midterms. The rest of this guiding light and Young and the Restless stuff is not going to matter if we win in November. None of this stuff is going to
matter. That's 100% correct. And to be clear, I could care less that George Farmer got a DUI. The point is, if she'll lie about that, what else is she lying about?
Oh,
that's the point. Hey, my husband had a drinking problem. I'm super proud of my husband. For the past 3 years, he has been sober. My husband had a past. I'm proud of my husband. That's a normal human response.
Candace was arrested and charged with harassment at 17 years old. Candace, we're not going to treat you like you're perfect.
Let's begin.
Oh, y'all, another Facts Me video. We getting it in. But Candace was arrested and charged with harassment at 17. So, the idea of her breaking a law or marrying someone who breaks laws is not a foreign concept. It's just the fact that she thinks that she can expose and dox everyone else. And when people look into her and her background, because she's a public figure, somehow she thinks that, that should never happen to me. Girl, if you don't kick rocks. Candace, we're all waiting for you to return back to your home planet. That's what we want. Get off of Earth. Take your cult members with you. Don't leave them behind. And you still have to explain that black eye to George's mother. Girl.
With something radical, the truth, which is fake and gay. We are 6 months in, and there is no evidence.
Facts me.
None. Not hidden, not suppressed, not coming soon, just absent. A vacuum. A void so complete, it has now been filled with witches. Yes, witches. Because when facts fail, mysticism is always there, waiting patiently, like a backup generator for the intellectually bankrupt. So buckle up. Today I'm unveiling what I can only describe as the next phase. Not evidence, not proof, but something far more useful in this economy. A narrative. One so thin, so fragile, it barely survives contact with oxygen, but don't worry, we'll say it confidently. You're watching Candace, a program dedicated to the fine art of saying nothing, repeatedly, with escalating certainty. Don't forget to buy the merch. Because if the facts won't pay, the audience will. Now, today's revelation, NASA. Not a space agency you thought, no. A covert satanic infrastructure using satellites not to explore the universe, but to channel witches. Why? To target political enemies, obviously. To guide AI-controlled Egyptian aircraft. Accelerate them to 1.21 gigawatts. Yes, we're borrowing from science fiction now and Ben time itself. All to land precisely on September 9th. Because if you can't prove something happened, simply invent a mechanism so absurd it becomes unfalsifiable. And here's where it gets darker. I have obtained exclusive audio. Brace yourself. It is the sound of a coin hitting a table. Not just any table. A table manufactured in Texas. Texas connected to global trade. Trade connected to Israel. Israel connected to money. And money, well, money connects to everyone. But today, it connects to Erica Kirk. Now, my experts, and I use that word the way a child uses a cardboard box as a spaceship, have determined this was a dime. 10 cents. 10? And what day? Exactly. You see how this works? You don't build a case, you assemble a mood. You don't prove, you imply. You don't connect facts, you connect feelings and let the audience do the rest. Coincidence doesn't exist when you've decided in advance what the answer must be. And that is the business model. So stay with me over the next 6 months as we descend even further, layer by layer, into a world where evidence is optional, competence is currency. And the truth is, whatever survives repetition, not because it's real, not because it's fake and gay, but because it sells.
Lies, everywhere is lies. Blocking out the truth, now messing with our minds. Say this, don't say that. Can you see the lies? Oh, sing it with me. Lies, everywhere is lies. Cool, Candace, now messing with our minds. Say this, don't say that. Can you see the lies?
Oh, Candace, you look scary, you monster. Yeah, we got another one. Y'all, I meant to do this yesterday after doing the show with Steven over there at Fax Me. We had such a good time. So this was going to be the lineup for our Candace Owens marathon for yesterday. But StreamYard was not working and it sucks. God, I'm so mad at StreamYard. So if you guys didn't see the community post, I did a screenshot showing you all what was going on. It would not allow me to actually launch a live stream. So yeah, God, I couldn't do it. So that's why we have so many Facts Me videos, because, you know, I had just got through going live and I was like, oh man, he is so funny and talented. I didn't know he played as many instruments as he played. So this is a newer video he did a couple days ago, Ramblings of a Drug Addict? Question mark. Let's get to it.
I'm here to get your opinion, because this video is just opinion based. Many of you, maybe yourself, maybe within your family, close friends, have dealt with addiction or been around people who are addicted. I think I've told you guys a few times, I was an alcoholic for 20 years. I could pick up on an alcoholic just like that. Been sober for almost 6 years now. But I want you to watch this video. And all I see and hear is the ramblings of a drug addict. Now, we know that Candace, of her own volition, has said she was addicted to Adderall. She has said, and she even described how. She has said she has obtained narcotics illegally and even wrote about how to do it, how to pull it off, how to get Xanax, how to get a prescription by committing fraud. She has admitted this. So you watch this video and just tell me, is this either A, the ramblings of a drug addict, B, the ramblings of a mentally ill individual, or C, both?
Like, they literally think we are like slaves on their plantation who don't read. That's literally the view that black. If you're a black person, you don't know this yet, you got to wake up eventually. I mean, it could not be more in our face than it is right now, really. But this is a level of stupid that I didn't even think that they thought we were. Like, you're trying to tell me that Russia realized that they were going to impact an American election, and they said, how are we going to do it? So they decided that they were going to target black people because, oh, our votes have not been the exact same for the last 6 years. We vote in 90% margins for Democrats. Why on earth would they, if they thought they were going to make an impact in our election, go after people that keep voting the exact same way? This literally is so stupid and so ridiculous. We got Jake Tapper, who's retweeting it. Oh, look, black people. Look, it's me, Jake Tapper, warning you guys to be scared again. Every freaking elitist, leftist, racist journalist right now. Black people, be scared. Get behind us, Democrats. Be scared. We're your saviors. We're here to save you again. Like, literally, I feel like every 2 years, they ask themselves a question. They're like, how are we going to scare them blacks to make sure that they keep picking this cotton here on our Democrat plantation? We got to make sure these Negroes don't read. We got to make sure if they stay scared. This is literally the strategy that they have every couple of years. So this year, 2016, it was a good one. I got to give Democrats credit. It was good. The myth of police brutality, making us think that we were being gunned down in the street, showing images of it happening, not telling us that it happens more to white people and Spanish people, and making it seem like we were being targeted. That was a smooth one. People were super emotional.
Oh, Candace. Oh, Candace, you look bad, girl. Oh, you alien. Good God. Oh my God, Candace, you look more and more like an alien. You're not of this earth. What the heck is going on? What are you... Can we get an alien with this tank top and sitting here trying to talk about slave plantations and picking cotton? What the heck are you talking about? Oh, you can't make this up. Candace, you know I'm going to mock the hell out of you, right?
On the street. This Russian collusion is the dumbest shit that you guys have pulled out in a really long...
And this is why Charlie Kirk did not marry you. You all see here? See here. Hear ye, hear ye. Example, Exhibit A, Your Honor. Here's why Charlie Kirk did not take this dumb alien seriously. 1, she's not human. 2, she cusses worse than Lady Luck Club. See, I can tell you all my shortcomings. Oh, girl, Candace. Oh, Lord. And when you look at Erica Kirk turning around in a curtain, you wonder why you're left speechless. It's called countenance, girl. It's called countenance. Her countenance shines brighter than her beauty. That's Candace doesn't understand. And my grandmother, oh, we bless God for her, rest her soul. She raised me to understand what it's like to be a virtuous woman. See, a virtuous woman can just do a head turn near a window next to a curtain and have your jaw dropped and speechless. That's what Candace was when she saw Erica Kirk in that video right before the White House dinner. Candace was speechless and she couldn't stand it. Now you all see the vast difference between Erica Kirk and Candace Owens and why Charlie Kirk chose who he chose for a reason. You know, because a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Candace, you can't bully somebody into you. Now, who knows with George, you know, it could have been a lavender marriage agreement, whatever. But see, you couldn't pull that off on Charlie Kirk. Because this is what he got to know. In those so-called tours and all of that for 19 months. This is the Candace Owens he got to know. Imagine dealing with this for a week straight in a hotel with this girl. And you're going on these tours to different college campuses talking about God and prayer and marriage and all this stuff. And then when you get it to the hotel, this is the type of conversation you got to have with this heifer right here.
This is it. Like, this is where, oh my gosh, if you don't vote for Democrats, if you don't get behind us, the Russians are going to be infiltrating your computers and telling you how to vote. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, can we get a little more credit, a little more decency than that? Can you try to scare us with things that are actually scary? Russian collusion impacting our votes. The majority of black people aren't even voting. Okay, like this is so ridiculous. Let me tell you guys what you're scared of.
My God,
you are realizing that despite the fact that you keep calling President Trump racist every 5 seconds on CNN, every 5 seconds on MSNBC, using your usual tricks of black people be afraid, racism, 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 he's getting things done and he's producing results. You are afraid that if this prison reform bill gets passed, the First Step Act gets passed, a lot of black people are going to start to wonder, why is it that I have more money in my check? Why is it that less of my relatives are on welfare? Why is it that this amazing bill that Democrats had the opportunity to do and put forward was never done? And yet the 3 strikes policy and all the stuff that happened to black Americans was in fact.
She can't say one thing that was in that bill financially. That makes sense. Candace, what's 3 times 2? We'll wait. Oh, God.
Done by Democrats. Why isn't that Trump, racist Trump, who's reversing all that? You're worried that black people are going to start to think, or if we want to put it back into your times, Candace, the Negroes are going to start to read and realize that all the things that we're saying is absolute BS. That's what you're afraid of.
Candace, you realize you said Negroes, slaves, and plantation at least 3 or 4 times in this whole rant. If anything, you're the one that's sitting here saying Negroes, slaves, and plantation over and over again. And you're a black woman. What are we talking about? Can you imagine Charlie Kirk just like, Candace, I just need to get 2 hours of sleep. Wake me up when my alarm goes off, okay? I will talk to you when I wake up. I have to sleep. Because if not, Grimace Yeasty is going to haunt me in my sleep.
So what do you come up with? You guys go into a little chamber and you say, how can we make sure that they stay scared? And here's what you came up with. Russian goddamn. We don't give a damn about.
Why are you? Oh, girl. Oh, Candace. Oh, boy, you using some hard language. Girl, you worse than me. No. Yeah, I'm trying to do better. But I got to give myself credit. I don't even cuss that hard. Good grief. Candace, why are you saying GODDAMN? Why are you saying that? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If I had said that around my grandmother or even my godmother, one of my godmothers, the one that was a judge, oh, she would have punched me in the face. Are you kidding me? Girl, I grew up not being taught not to say that word. I don't know. And maybe it's just me. But she talks about Christ as king and all, and she'll say God and the D word in the same word. Like, who are you damning again? You're damning God himself? Is that what you're doing, Candace?
Russian collusion. Okay, you guys can't even connect the Trump campaign to Russian collusion. You got Paul Manafort out on tax charges,
yelling?
Michael Cohen out on taxi charges, trying to make people who don't read think that you're catching all of his guys when it's clearly a witch hunt. But now you're going to come after us and try to convince us that we were the whole source of it. Like Vladimir Putin and all his honchos got together and said, "Look at the black vote. Okay, let's see if we can send some Facebook ads and see if we can sway it to make sure Trump gets into office." This is insulting. Everything you do is insulting to black people, but this is like extra insulting. Like this is like high key. You guys should just come out and just be like, we are racists and we would appreciate it if you guys just picked our cotton because we think you're dumb Negroes. That would be less insulting.
It's like 4 times she said Negroes. Can you stop, girl? I'm not picking cotton for nobody. Candace, why is that the only reference you have? It shows your limited vocabulary. When you crash landed upon our planet, was it during the era of slavery? Because it seems like the only thing you can relate to. Mic drop.
And trying to sell to us right now, trying to make it trend on Twitter, because we know that you guys make that happen too, that black people should be afraid of Russian collusion.
She wants black people to go back to slavery. Candace, no thanks. And we will have your ass kicked off of our planet for real if you think you're going to do that. Why are you talking about Russian collusion? This girl is why are you yelling?
Pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen trending on Twitter my entire life. African American. First of all, I'm not even African American. I'm black. Okay? Stop trying to.
Charlie Kirk had to deal with this for 19 months. George, are you going to tell us how you got that black eye, or are you going to keep leaving it up to us to assume? Because we can. We can assume. I don't know if you want us to do that, but we can. Tell us how you got this black eye, dude. Because if this is what you got to deal with, and then you put a little alcohol and Adderall in her, who knows what type of beast you're dealing with.
Segregate us in our mentality, making us think that we're not a part of the American dream. You don't call white people Italian Americans. You don't call white people Irish Americans, but you make sure you call us African Americans. So we feel like we're not Americans too. So that we get insulted when Trump says he's going to make America great again, because somehow we should feel like we're not a part of that vision. Yes, we are. And we are paying attention to the results. We're paying attention to the economy. We are paying attention to the First Step Act, which is most likely going to get passed thanks to Republicans.
Oh, God. Candace, what's 4 times 3? Yeah, don't use your fingers for that one. It's greater than the 10 fingers you have on both hands. Maybe she has 12 fingers. I don't know. She could be, it's the alien hands thing. Let's pay attention to see those little lanky alien fingers.
We're paying attention to the fact that every time you guys have had control, our communities have gotten worse. And your stupid rhetoric calling them racist every day, and this beyond stupid narrative about Russian collusion being targeted at black communities is not going to fly. This is dumb. I had to rant about this. This is one of the dumb.
Girl, your whole conversation is stupid. Candace, we don't care about that. If we're going to go vote, we're going to go vote. We know bots when we see it because they can't spell. They can't even spell your name. How do you think we know you have bots? They can't even spell your name correctly. They don't even try to do a spell check or anything. They won't even add your name to their actual dictionary on their devices to make sure that your name auto spells correctly when they're sending out all these mass comments where they're repeating themselves over and over again. Girl, plus we don't care about what's going on in Russia either. So, whatever.
Best things I've ever seen happen on Twitter. Jake Tapper, his little racist retweet. Oh, Jake Tapper. Oh my God, Jake Tapper said it's
must be true. A little scared Jake Tapper said that I'm black and I should be scared. CNN, you make me sick. Honestly, you make me sick. No matter what, you're not going to be able to stop the fact.
Candace doesn't care. This is all a PR thing for her, y'all. She doesn't care about any of this that she's saying. The girl cannot tell you the answer to 4 times 3. She could care less about any of this. She knows this is getting me attention and views, and I want to make it rich. I'm tired of being broke, walking around in my tank top. Candace, is this the apartment you were living in that you failed to pay rent for 7 months? Is this where you and Grimace Yeasty became one? Candace has a yeast infection. That's why she's yelling.
That results are going to matter to the black community. So why don't you try producing some as opposed to sitting down and coming up with new ways that we should be scared? Why don't you just try producing results? Why don't you stop obstructing? Why don't you help build the goddamn wall? Get the funding done for the—
Oh my God, your cursing is ridiculous, girl. Y'all, that yeast infection was a burning and an itching. She's worse than me. Candace. Oh, this is embarrassing. Now I'm inspired to stop using profanity. Candace, why didn't you just go and get some Monostat 7? She got a yeast infection, and now she's taking it out on all of us.
Goddamn wall, because that negatively impacts black Americans when these illegals come over into our country. Why don't you do something that you can do that could be helpful for us? Secure our borders, okay? Why don't you pass through school choice? Get rid of those disastrous teacher unions that have been harming our communities. Why don't you stop with the rhetoric and the fear-mongering? I am literally getting so sick of the racism of the left, the blatant racism, and you speaking to us like we are stupid, okay? I'm really sick of this.
She doesn't care.
New York Times, whoever wrote this article, hoping that this would be what every black person held as a Bible in 2024, that our votes are being victimized by Russians.
Candace, how high are you? And so as opposed to you getting Monostat 7, you went and smoked the blunt or something? Was it dipped in embalming fluid? How is he crushed up an Adderall and snorted it? What did you do? This girl yelling and screaming at the phone. You know, the neighbors have to be mad. It's 2 a.m. Go to bed. They're banging on the ceiling with the broomstick. Candace, all your neighbors are up because you think you're proving a point when you can't tell us what's 10 plus 11. What the heck are you talking about? It's 3 a.m. I have to go to work. And it smells like sourdough bread in there. Go to bed, lady.
Do your job. Actually report on this economy. Actually report on what this president is doing. And leave him the hell alone. Thank you. Rant over.
Oh, God. Oh, that was painful. Candace. You kept all the cats and dogs up in the neighborhood. They all up. Oh, my dear Lord. Candace kept all the cats and the dogs up. It's just, it's unbelievable. Oh, good grief, girl. We have a couple more videos I want to get to. Benny Johnson is doing something.
So Benny,
I want to see Joshua's Carr take on this. Y'all, shout out to Joshua Carr. We've had him over in the LLC and we love him. And he covered this. Benny Johnson, correct me if I'm wrong, was a supporter of Candace, Candace, until God knows whatever happened. At some point, he figured she's lying. He's just now figuring that out. The truth has never been in her. What are we doing? So funny how these supporters are seeing her get hit with lawsuits, and then they decide, you know what? I've seen the light, and I don't want to be named as a co-defendant. So let me, if Project Constitution knew how to read, he probably would jump ship as well. But he's not that bright at all. Project Constitution is the epitome of stupidity on steroids. Project Constitution, you can kiss my left foot. I could care less how you feel about what I just said. You're an idiot and you're illiterate and you do not read. Because if you did, you would know this girl is going to lose 2 lawsuits and quite possibly have to settle out in a class action lawsuit in the state of Florida. Yeah. 3 lawsuits, open and active, ongoing at the same time. Candace. Oh, you might want to build up that Monosat 7, girl. You're going to need it.
Hey Johnson finally responded to Candace Owens' corruption, and it was a response to the new defamation suits coming against her, which we'll talk about. Basically, he says, this is what happens when you don't have any proof for your allegations.
And vindictive backbiting and nasty grams that are all based on vibes and your feelings at the time, then you're gonna have a real tough time when people start suing you. And from what I hear,
oh, come on. Grow a spine, Benny. Tell it like it is. Be a man. Stop being a little punk and beating around the bush. From what you hear or from what you've read, she's already being sued by the Macrons. You know, they're showing us how it's done. And then Brian Harpool said, ditto. And then he dropped a federal lawsuit in her lap. Or upon her head, whatever. What do you mean from what you've heard? Have you not read it? Is he for real? Benny, if you don't grow a sack, you better. I keep telling you, real women love real men. We don't need men being simps to Candace Owens. We don't need simps. To all the real men in the Lady Luck Club, hit the 4. Real men up in here that can tell her the truth. Hit the 4. We don't simp. We love our real men up in the Lady Luck Club. All the real men luxers up in here that hold it down. No simps allowed. We don't do simping. You're simping for a grown married woman. Why? She doesn't pay your bills, Benny. All the real men up in here, hit the 4. Hit the 4. Real men up in here, hit the 4. To all of our wonderful husbands, fathers, real men, hit the 4. Let's see it. Look at you two up here. We love them. Want all the real men to hit the 4. Real men hit the 4. We don't sip up in here. Holding it down. Holding it down, Adam up in here. Our real men up in here. We don't sip. The real men of the Lady Luck Club, they understand how to tell the truth. And Candace is a married woman. Why are you saying? You know, I've asked John Mapping that so many times on X. I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me. Y'all. Oh, I go in on John Mapping. Last time I said something about Xenu. I said, you can tell Xenu and Candace they can leave our planet together on the same spaceship. Your dumb coke god and Candace can get the heck on. Why are you simping for her? John Mappin does all the simping for all men on earth. No other man needs to simp for Candace Owens. Good grief. Benny, grow up. You're a whole grown man with a wife and kids.
this ain't gonna be the last one. I hear this is gonna be just the start.
Ah, boo.
Canada's already being sued by the First Lady of France. It is what it is, right? So, high stakes game. Come correct. And since I do this professionally, it's time to not stop with the both sides of some stuff. You either bring it, right? You either bring your receipts, you show people what you're talking about, or you don't have any receipts and you're a effing liar. So bring your receipts or you don't have receipts. If you don't have receipts.
She doesn't have them, Benny Johnson. She doesn't have them. She's going to lose this lawsuit. It is a jury trial demand, and a district judge in this federal court is not playing games with Candace. Do you understand? That judge is not in the mood. You file a federal lawsuit, it still goes before a federal judge. They're not playing this BS game with her. What you thinking, Benny Johnson? You gonna go to court and buck up on that judge? If you want to, you will go to jail. Candace knows better. That's why we went over her lawsuits. Because the way Candace acts when it comes to matters in the court of law is nowhere near how she acts on her YouTube channel. When it comes to legal matters, Candace is a coward. She didn't even show up for her final hearing, for her little trial hearing with the apartment complex that she sued. She was the petitioner. You would think these clowns would do a little reading. This is why I said Benny hasn't read anything. He needs to read. Read her lawsuits. You'll see exactly what type of person you're dealing with. Candace doesn't even go to court. So why do you think she has evidence?
Then shut up.
Better late than never from Benny, I guess. I think those who actually came out against her back in October and November have a lot more validity, but at least he said something. So Candace has received her second defamation suit. Obviously, the first is from Macrones. This one, and I promised these would be coming, guys. Remember, there's going to be more. This is just the beginning, believe me. But this one comes courtesy of Charlie Kirk's head of security, Brian Harple. Essentially, in previous episodes, Candace had on someone named Mitch Snow. We've talked about him before. He lies for a living. He's like literally been on multiple podcasts and he just makes things up because he wants to get famous and meet these cool people that he really likes, like Candace Owens. And he said that he saw Harple and Erica Kirk at a military base plotting the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That is how he got famous. This occupied about 10 episodes of Candace Owens' show. Here is Candace's reaction to getting served by Brian Harple over this lie.
Let's actually pivot to the lawsuit because it is remarkable. Okay. The lawsuit itself is 69 pages. And for some unknown reason, he begins the lawsuit, and I'm talking like the first few pages, with strong support for Israel. I guess that's mandatory. Candace is anti-Semitic, just even though Brian Harple's not Jewish. I am not Jewish. Charlie was not Jewish. He mentions this just kind of sporadically in a paragraph where he's painting this picture that I'm a conspiracy theorist. They also mention, we can bring this up here on point 19, that I don't believe the moon landing. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I think the moon landing was fake. I'm not sure what this has to do with anything, if I'm required to believe the moon landing is real. But he just kind of mentions that, and then, you know, you got.
So this is very relevant to the case.
Candace. If you don't understand why these statements in the beginning are being made or laid as the foundation, then you need to consult with your attorney. Stop reading these lawsuits on your platform when you did not go to law school. You're not an investigative journalist, and you cannot read these lawsuits with impartiality or neutrality. You're not that smart. Most of the words you can't even pronounce correctly. Talk to your attorney. Didn't you do the same nonsense when the Macron served you? She didn't even try to read that one. She saw the number of pages and she just got livid. If you can't read it with impartiality, just like Piers Morgan said, it was the one thing he got right. You're not an investigative journalist. And then Candace proceeded to lie about having 2 degrees after he said that. This is why she lied about having 2 degrees. Because Piers Morgan told her that she's not an investigative journalist, to which he was correct. She's not. She doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to read these lawsuit filings accurately and completely. Of course, she's going to be biased towards herself. But for her to not even understand what is happening in the foundation of the lawsuit, in the background facts, it goes to show she shouldn't be reading them. She doesn't know what she's doing. Oh, Candace, you suck.
And the reason why is because Harple is most likely going to need to prove malice, meaning his lawyers have to prove that Candace knew that she was lying. Not just a mistake, but that she knew it. And the reason why he has to prove malice is because in defamation, If you're a public figure, that means that the proof goes up. And since Harpole is a public figure, it's possible he wasn't at the time that the defamation came through. I don't know if he was. If he wasn't, then all the lawyers would have to prove is that Candace made a mistake, which would be fantastic. And most likely, that's probably going to be the actual center for the entire litigation process, is them just deciding, is Harpole a public figure or not? If he's not a public figure, he wins this case easily. If he is, he still may win the case. But most likely his lawyers are going to have to go after Candace actually having malice. But the reason that the fact that Candace is a conspiracy theorist is relevant is he can prove that she has a pattern of doing this. This is very important, and that she's a pattern of lying for money. That's going to be part of the process of actually proving malice. So here are the main details of the lawsuit as it stands. It's about 69 pages. And so I'm just going to review them, just a little summary because we can't go through 69 pages together. But his main defense is that he has travel records that place him in Dallas, Texas at the time of when Mitch Snow says that he was at Fort Huachuca in Arizona. So it is verifiably false. It is not true what Mitch Snow said. Candace Owens shared this as well. He denied any involvement, saying Owens, was completely and obviously fabricating this stuff. And the suit calls Owens, quote, a wealthy, influential conspiracy theorist who monetizes defamation. That feels pretty accurate to me. That was according to
that's on
for
point.
damages sought by Harpole. There are both compensatory and punitive damages, and the suit mentions specifically a $75,000 jurisdictional minimum, but also it claims reasonable award that could go well into the millions. That is the exact words they use, well into the millions, which I think is very accurate. He also seeks an injunctional to remove defamatory statements, which would be massive, because what that would mean is Candace Owens would have to cancel like half of her episodes and just remove them from the internet.
Please.
And that seems like very deserving. Harpole also alleges reputational harm, lost business, emotional distress, and harassment from Owens' audience. That seems very easy to prove to me, because obviously being accused as a murder conspirator is going to have an effect on your reputation, your ability to work in security. No one's going to ever try to hire him again if they think that he conspired to murder his boss. So I think that side of it's going to be very easy to prove. In other words, if the lawsuit goes his way, it's going to be in the millions. He's going to get what he wants. So with this lawsuit hanging over,
go for 20 million. Go for 20 million. I don't think it'll be hard for you to get 20 million. Just start with that. Don't go lower than that. If you need to get to 20 million, start with 30 million and then work your way down. Okay. Always start high and then you negotiate down lower from there. Start with 30 million and negotiate down to 20 million. Because Candace is not going to want this to go to trial. There's a jury trial demand. And I'm telling you all right now, that judge will not play any games with her or her dumbass attorneys. They're not going to play games. They don't have time for that. They will rather hear any other matter dealing with the 3-letter alphabet boys before they sit here and play around these childish, simple games with Candace in a district court. Now, that federal judge would not be in the mood, Candace. I know you're listening, Alpha. If you really want this to go to the discovery phase, don't file a motion to dismiss. I dare you.
Candace, she has began to walk it all back. She is trying to act like she didn't say all the things she said. Candace, you're not going to believe this, is now asserting that Erica Kirk is the aggressor. And that Candace has never said Erica murdered Charlie, and that Candace is the real victim.
I woke up this morning and I was highly upset. I had a little bit of a yesterday news hangover. I realized that I'm actually so not okay with what Erica Kirk did. She essentially put a target on my back by wrongly asserting that I accused her of murdering her husband. I don't think we can let that fly, right? No, her punishment is going to be more truth. I always say she is sentenced to more truth. And I have been keeping a little secret, and it's time for me to reveal it.
Total narcissism. She wants you to believe.
Candace, I dare you. You know we're going to keep coming. Laura Loomer is on your neck, girl. Do you really want to say that? And you've pissed off Laura Loomer. Oh, man. All Candace can do is verify what Laura Loomer said. Yes, my husband bought me a brand new truck. Now you've doxed my car. Well, you've doxed Ben Shapiro's tiny horse. Oh, we gotta listen to the tiny horse song after this. You doxing Ben Shapiro's tiny horse, and you don't think you're going to get an epic clap back? How dare you dox that tiny horse? How dare you?
Believe she is the victim. That even though Erica Kirk is a widow, even though she's defamed her, even though that Mitch Snow has defamed her, and she's also defamed Harple, she's actually the real victim. Insanity. Why didn't she say this before? She wasn't being sued before.
Oh, God.
Why didn't she say this before? Because she wasn't being sued before. She's only walking it back when the litigation comes through, and likely her lawyers are looking at this and saying, this doesn't look good. Candace, you need to start walking this back immediately. But the moment, again, a lawsuit came in, she went, no, I would never do that. I would never say Erica Kirk would do that, even though we've seen her do it over and over again. Again, we've got the transcripts, we've got the videos. You posted them, Candace. In addition to trying to cover butt, she is turning on Mitch Snow now, who was like her favorite right-hand man before. Now he is public enemy number one for the Candace Owens audience. Here she is in the same episode, throwing him under the bus.
What is so shocking about this is that throughout this lawsuit, he explicitly lies, that the lawyer explicitly lies in this filing by claiming that I asserted over and over again that's
you have to prove that lawyer lied, girl, and you're not that smart. Candace, it's funny how you want to sit here and accuse everybody of lying. Next thing you know, she'll be saying the Lady Luck Club lied when she called me an alien. Candace, and then my thing is going to be prove it. Yes, just prove it. It's Grimace yeasty still burning and itching down there or what? Because only an alien can endure a 7+ year long yeast infection, okay? Only an alien can endure that. You're not of this planet, girl. Candace, prove it. You have to prove that you came out and you tested negative for a yeast infection. I'm just saying.
No, that Mitch Snow was telling the truth about Harple, when in fact, no, I went through a great many pains to repeatedly assert publicly that I could not confirm that he saw Harple. Okay, here is just one of many examples on
all the posts and videos where she confirmed he did, and she trusted what he said and believed them and said that he was credible and that she believed that he saw not only Brian Harple, but Erica Kirk on a military base, to which we don't even care if we're mispronouncing, and we're probably doing it on purpose, Fort Hartua and all. We don't care. We don't care. You believed a liar who almost hit his ex-wife with a hammer. Is it his ex-wife? I don't even think that they're divorced yet. We saw this man raise a hammer to a woman in a gesture to hit her. And you care less about, I don't care about their domestic issues. Baby mama drama. No, she was his legal spouse. You moron. And he raised the hammer to hit her. What are you talking about? That is your credible witness. I cannot wait until he gets placed under oath and deposed right after you do. Candace, I've been sending out messages to Brian Harple to depose you. I want them to get you under oath. And then I want you to answer every single question the same way you've been saying on all of these shows all over YouTube. And I dare you to lie. Please get your behind under oath and lie under oath. I want you to repeat everything you've said under oath. Do you understand? Because, see, that's the one thing you can't do well. You cannot tell the truth. All they have to do is get you under oath. And it's a wrap. George, might have to pack the kids up. You're going to leave the U.S. either way. Because Candace is going to get hit with perjury.
My podcast, this is actually when I interviewed Mitch Snow, where I said, I can't confirm who you saw. Take a listen.
Girl.
And I want to be clear, I can confirm on this podcast live every step of your story in terms of where you went, what time you were there, that there was this big meeting that happened. I confirmed the location with other people that are on Fort Huachuca currently. I can confirm everything with metadata. I obviously can't confirm that you saw who you say you saw.
She's doing the Tucker Carlson skit. She's saying, oh, no, I would never say that. I never said any of that. I just had Mitch Snow on my show 10 times. and said it was a bombshell secret that was going to get exposed on my show, and this was a major finding in my investigation. But no, I never said it. I had someone else say it for me. Why have him on your show if you don't believe what he's saying? It's very simple. If a jury gets involved in this, it's going to be very simple for them to see this. Clearly, she believed all of what Mitch Snow was saying. She is, again, like Tucker Carlson, laundering other people's ideas so she doesn't have to take responsibility. I like to partner with people who are actually making a difference right now in America. That is why I'm partnering with Judicial Watch. Judicial Watch is suing to force the...
Oh, okay. That's his sponsors. Y'all, shout out to Jacqueline Brennan. Wait a minute. I'm missing some supers. Let me go through them. I'm sorry. Thank you, Angie, for being a member for a month and for renewing. Hello, Lady Luck and friends. Thank you so much to Maria for becoming a new member. And then we've got Jacqueline with the $4.99 super fat case. I bet they will come with airport video on top of everything else. They will have to access to all of that, so CO can't say they are fake docs. Oh, and there are cameras installed all over the military base. Candace, I pulled up Google Maps where we saw a surveillance camera installed at the checkpoint gate, right above the booth. Girl, you're so screwed. You do understand that everyone has to go through the checkpoint, whether you're a military veteran, active duty, or not. Everyone has to go through the checkpoint. So guess what? Each person will be seen on the surveillance camera footage, just like anywhere else on the military base. Many of those buildings you cannot go into without being captured on a camera, but you're definitely being captured at the security checkpoint. Candace doesn't even care, like those simple concepts that she hears me saying repeatedly over and over again. Because I know you're listening, you dumb alien. She just completely forgets about, Lady Luck Club did say that she saw the cameras. Like, are you kidding me? Oh, Candace, you're so screwed. They're going to get camera footage. Shout out to you, Jacqueline. Absolutely. They need to get everything they need to ensure that Candace Owens has it coming. Y'all, we got to watch the tiny horse before we go. We got to do it. Y'all ready? Oh, Lord, have mercy. We got to do the Daily Wire one. Let's see. Oh, Candace, all these episodes and stuff you've done, boy, they coming for you. It's going to bite you in the butt, girl. You're going to wish you hadn't done this. Candace, we're here for it, okay? Oh, my God. Can I just put in Ben Shapiro, Tiny Horse? What y'all think? Tiny Horse song? God. No. Oh, here we go. Y'all ready?
Well, I've got a friend.
Hold on. Let me save it to my watch later. Because I want to see the full scope of this. All right, here we go.
Well, I've got.
So that's how we going to end this out, y'all. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I've had a great time. And we're hitting 3 hours. Oh, Candace, you've been hit with a federal lawsuit. How do you feel? Don't start back snorting that Adderall, girl. Put it down. Give the kids to George and let him go to his mother. George, go home. Just go home. Go back to the UK. Tell your mom how you got that black eye. Take the kids. All right. Candace is going to be very busy for the next 16 to 20 months coming up. Can't make this up. I warned you, Candace. I want them to put you under oath. That's what I want to see. I want to see you on the stand, girl. Yes, I do. Oh, child. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're going to end out on the Tiny Horse song. Candace, Ben Shapiro wanted me to ensure that you understood how he felt about you and you doxing his tiny horse. How dare you dox this adorable little creature? He did nothing wrong to you. And then you're going to say F you to the tiny horse? Candace, you and all the aliens can suck it. Let's go.
A friend with a fuzzy mind, short little legs but a big, big brain. When I feel small, all the day feels long. He taps the ground like, come on, let's go on. You don't need words, just a lullaby. He wiggles his ears while the saddle gets strapped. Me and my little horse, clip clop, hooray! We're friends forever in a bright big way, through puddles, hills, and fields of fun. Side by side till the day is done. Bless you, son. And the tiny horse, you rode it on. We pack a snack and a map as the stars, kosher carrots and a pack of cards. If I trip up, he waits for me. If he gets stuck, I pull him free. When one feels wobbly, the other still. That's how you know you're a friend for real. Me and my little horse, clip clop, hooray! Laughing all the worries away. When the clouds go gray or the plans go wrong, we turn the trouble into a song. Bless you, son. And the tiny horse, you rode it on. I say, hey, he says, nay. I say, stop, he says, okay. If I'm scared, he's brave. If he's tired, then I'm awake. Far down the road, sun settling down, miles away from the nearest town. Two best friends with nothing to do, converting my tiny horse. Now he's a Jew. Me and my little horse, clip clop, hooray! Friendship grows in every way. Don't need wings or a magic force, just a kind heart and a tiny horse. Me and my miniature horse. Me and my miniature horse. Me and my miniature horse. Clip clop, best friends for life.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back at it tomorrow again. Oh, so happy that my StreamYard is working. Oh, we got to get into it. Gary did a video about the lawsuit. Nick Brooks did a video about it. We're here for it. Candace, you dumb clown, we're coming. And we're ready for you to get the post, okay? So you all tune in tomorrow. Look out for the announcement. Make sure you go check out fantastic interview. Great time I had over there with Steven at Fax Me on his YouTube channel. Check that out. Hit the like button. Thumbs up on that. I appreciate all of you all. And until tomorrow, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.